pitch this way.
Yeah.
Welcome, fans, to tonight's Game 2, Moose Jaw Miller Express versus Medicine Hat Mavericks. Some extremely ominous and threatening conditions here for the Mavericks and Express, as there is a very good chance for rain and a potential storm here. We're hoping it passes over, but we'll get you through it, and we'll call this game just like any other. Brandon Ponticelli gets the start for the Mavericks on the mound, while Jeff Nicolashi checks in for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Ryder McKay, as always, joined by my partner, Wayne Slosher, and Guy Lanigan, a voice in PA guy far, far away. The Mavericks, coming into tonight's game, a not very impressive and probably stat that we don't want to talk about, have given up the most walks and hit by pitches in the entire league. Ain't that right, Wayne?
That's true. A little while ago, in terms of league hitting, we were in 6th spot out of 12 teams. We've now moved up to 4th spot in hitting. As you know, some of our guys that were struggling a little bit earlier on have taken off. So as a team, we're 4th in the league. We were 10th in pitching, only ahead of Brooks and trying to think of the 6th place team.
Whoever they are. Team X.
No, in the East Division.
Yorkton.
We were only ahead of Yorkton and Brooks. We're still only ahead of Yorkton and Brooks in overall pitching, and we lead the league. We're 12th in the league in walks, hit batters, and wild pitches. If we can clean that area up just a little bit, even if we can move into the top 6 or the top 8, I think we would see us go deep into the playoffs again this year.
Well said, Wayne. And the Express rocking their very flashy yellow jerseys tonight. See if that changes the outcome for them
Good
at all.
evening, fans, and here's tonight's starting lineups brought to you by Morrison Movement Therapy. First, for the visiting Moose Jaw Miller Express, the Villains, better known as Team Hydra. Here's the starting lineup for
Team
Moose
Hydra.
Jaw.
And Wayne, what
Playing center field,
superhero
batting first,
reference is
number
that?
8, Eric Marriott.
Hydra.
I have no idea. I'm not a superhero fan at all. My
Batting
superhero
second,
growing
the
up was
shortstop,
Roy
number 6,
Rogers.
Andre
Roy Rogers.
Roy Rogers and Dale
Batting third,
Evans.
the right fielder, number 3,
Awesome stuff.
Michael
And as
Gross.
mentioned, everybody knows who my superhero is. I revealed it last night. It's my broadcasting
Playing
partner,
first
Wayne
base, batting
Slosher.
fourth, number 12, Daryl Dahl.
It's my favorite superhero.
You've got a sad
Catching and
life
batting fifth,
there,
number 7, Cole
Hyder.
I do. No, things are okay here. There's Wayne. There's a few.
Batting
As
sixth,
mentioned, it
number
is
38,
superhero
Jason
night in
Wallace.
memory of Dominic Rooney, Sean Rooney, one of our
Batting
Wayne, our
seventh,
excellent
playing base,
reporters with the
number 11,
news.
Wayne
And tonight's
Gallagher.
night really is dedicated to him and his family, their
Playing left
foundation.
field, batting
All
eighth,
proceeds from
number
tonight go to the
20,
Alberta
Alex
Children's
Orenta.
Hospital. It's a nice game to be a part of,
Running
and
with the
we're
batting order for Moose
definitely
Jaw,
thinking of
playing
Sean and
third
their
base,
family.
number 32, Ty.
Yeah, that was a tragic
Today's starting pitcher for
incident
Moose
that
Jaw
happened
Miller
there
Express,
with
number 33,
him
Jeff
getting leukemia
Nicolashi.
and passing away
General
at a
manager
very young
Corey
age. I
Olson
don't think
and
he was
manager
even 2
Richard
years old yet.
Sorensen.
And as he said, Sean Rooney has been a long-time writer, sports beat writer for the Medicine Hat News, and started a fundraiser.
A fundraiser.
And it's really taken off. His son Dominic was a real fan of superheroes, and I remember him being in the Children's Hospital, and Mr. and Mrs. Rooney and some of the staff there would dress up in superheroes and bring him superhero figures, and that was one of the joys of Dominic's short life.
And as mentioned, for the Mavericks,
And now,
things
your
are
Super
going.
Soldiers
Things are
starting
getting
lineup for your
better,
Medicine
Wayne,
Hat
but they're
Mavericks.
still finding themselves right in the middle of the battle. You
Playing
mentioned
left field,
you
batting
wanted
first,
them to be
number
20 and
30,
20
Austin
right
Soika.
around that point this year, and that's exactly where they are right around. It's been a good
Batting
stretch for
second,
the Mavericks, but
playing
unfortunately,
shortstop,
Wayne, there's no
number
time to sit
PJ
back and reflect for this
Garcia.
group. If they let off the gas pedal, they could easily find themselves out of a playoff spot.
Playing second base.
Yeah, every
batting
game's
third,
like a
number
playoff
9,
game right now for the
Nolan
Mavericks.
Rata.
It's you got to keep winning if you want to stay in the
Playing
playoff
first base, batting fourth,
race
number 20.
in a playoff
Sal
position.
Rodriguez.
So it's like they're playing playoffs right now.
It's
And
a-
if everything goes well for them, they could even be fighting for first place yet.
That's
First
right.
place is not out of reach. It's a far stretch, but it's not unachievable
Batting
if
sixth,
we can go
playing
on a
third
run.
base,
No.
number 10.
We still
Colin
have several
Plains.
games left against Okotoks. So we'll have to wait and see what
Tonight's
happens.
designated hitter, batting seventh, number 34, Hunter Cooper.
This guy reviews the starting lineups
Playing
here. We
right
are
field,
just gearing up.
batting
O Canada
eighth,
will
number
follow,
11,
and
Tito
opening pitch, we
Jones.
should be good to go. Good evening, everybody. We're excited to
And
have
rounding
you.
out the
Let's play
batting
some
order for the
baseball.
Mavericks, the center fielder, number 7, Freddie Walker. Tonight's starting pitcher, number 28, Brandon Ponticelli. Head coach of the Mavericks, Tom Vasella. Assistants, Jared Lipke and Phelan Lantini.
You say, how come Johnston is out so quick and I'm still here with all this?
Vance, would you please stand, remove your hats, and join Tracy in the singing of O Canada.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
An excellent performance by Tracy Bitts. And let's play some baseball. It's time to get out of there.
Well, heroes, tonight is the 3rd annual Superhero Night in support of the Alberta Children's Hospital. This event started in 2016, the year after Dominic Rooney ended his battle with leukemia. The little 2-year-old with the thumbs up continues to inspire us to do good. Find out more about his story and the Extra Life charity by searching the hashtag #DominicStrong on social media. Dominic inspired Superhero Night, but there are many, many more little heroes who need our help. I would like to direct your attention to the pitcher's mound and welcome a very special superhero, 5-year-old Caleb. Along with his mom and dad and brother Dylan, has much different life than those around him. Born with congenital panhypopituitarism, he needs regular therapy and medication. The Alberta Children's Hospital hasn't just helped him, it's helped our hospital staff here in Medicine Hat learn about his rare condition and how to best deal with it. In addition to the life-threatening condition, Caleb was born blind. So he might not realize how many people are watching him right now. Caleb has the ball. Let's make some noise so he knows where to throw his first pitch. On to go, Caleb!
And as we're getting from the idea here, Wayne, tonight's game is really a lot more than just a baseball game. It represents so many different things that are great about life
Thank
and
you
the
very
sport.
much, Caleb and family.
Baseball gives us the opportunity
And I hope you have
to
a
bring
heck of a day here at
individuals
Superhero Night.
together and form a family environment, really. There's nothing better. A treat to be a part of.
Yeah, it's
Well,
one of those magical
our heroes
nights.
are
The
out
Mavericks
on the
have
field
several of them
and in the
throughout the
stands
year,
as
and I
well.
think this is a great
We
one.
might get some weather though, a little
I like
later
the
on
Christmas
tonight. Right now,
in
18
July
degrees.
one. That was a
And that storm
fundraiser
is
for
kinda
the Medicine
brewing
Hat Santa
itself,
Claus
to
Fund.
the
I like this one.
southwest
This
of
is a
us.
fundraiser for cancer.
Winds west,
I think the
26
Mavericks do a
kilometers
great
an hour.
job of
And we might see
promoting
a chance of rain a
baseball
little bit later on
and
this
contributing
evening.
back into the community.
And as mentioned, that a shout out to the ownership group, Greg Morrison and his operations staff. They do a wonderful
And on
job.
third base, Brandon Stroike.
But wait on to some baseball here. What do the Mavericks need to do tonight to make sure they secure this very important win? As mentioned, you said with Moose Jaw, that kind of doesn't really affect where they are in their standings. Of course, they're looking to win and always improve, but the game is definitely much more meaningful for the Maverick group.
Well, you're right, Ryder. The race in the West, the difference between second and fifth is only about a game and a half, whereas in the East Division, from fourth to fifth, the final playoff position, Moose Jaw is about 6 games ahead of the fifth place team. So this game is much more important. It's a much tighter race in the West. Moose Jaw are chasing third place Swift Current, so it's meaningful to them as well. So we're about to start. Sun is out. Sun is shining.
Number 8, Eric Marriott.
It's
Folks,
time to play some baseball.
Folks, for any of you that are planning to come up next week for some baseball games, the temperatures are supposed to be into the hundreds or close to 100, 38 degrees Celsius. So if you're thinking that you're coming up for some cold weather, next week would be a great time to come for cold weather or for warm weather.
Warm weather.
You're not going to get cold weather up here next week. And that's my prediction, my weather prediction. That pitch is in there for a ball. Count is 2-0 on Marriott. I'm sorry. He's batting .221 on the year. Outside ball 3. He was 1 for 3 last night. Was hit by a pitch, had a walk, 2 runs scored. 17 for 20 in stolen bases, so that's his objective. Get on base and then use his legs. Fastball in there, catches the corner, 3-1. Ponticelli's Achilles heel this year has been wild pitches and some walks. He's walked 19, struck out 20, so he has a 1-to-1 ratio. You always
Marriott
want to
on
see
the
that
walk, brings to the
ratio
plate. The shortstop,
of
number 6,
strikeouts
Andre
to
Zarza.
walks, at least 2 or 3 to 1. He's at 1-to-1. Moose Jaw started the same way last night, scoring runs in the first inning. Marriott at first base with good speed. Fastball in there for a strike on Andres Garza. Garza did not play last night. He's batting .333 on the season. Pitch inside, 1-1. It was close.
Wayne, it's kind of been a theme in this little mini series or back-to-back games between these two teams. Is it's kind of taken both teams' pitchers a few pitches to settle in this series. Why do you think that is?
It's like anything else. Marriott is off and running.
Strike at the plate.
A check swing at the plate. I think the hit and run was on. He attempted to swing and then pulled up on his swing. Nevertheless, Marriott steals second base.
Third base coach didn't like it.
Oh, I think the hitter missed a signal. The hit and run was on. Count is 1-2. I think the pitchers are just like everybody, like the hitters, Ryder. It takes a little while to get used to starting the game, getting your routine, getting your body warmed up and ready to go. Swing foul. Count remains 1-2. We know hitters come up their first at bat, and lots of times it takes them a couple of at bats to really get going. They don't have the luxury of a shortage of time like pitchers do, though. Pitchers got to get it going right away. Rod Eye holding Marriott on at second. Slider blown away, evens the count. We have Jones in right, Walker in center, Soika in left, Klingensmith at third, Garcia at short, Rod Eye at second, and Rodriguez at first. Here's the pitch. Swung at. Missed. Good fastball high.
Garza goes down
Gets
swinging, 1-0.
Garza swinging.
Brings to the plate the right fielder, number 3, Michael Borst.
You guys see that?
Borst did not play last night either, but he's batting .362 on the season. Leads the team in hits, or is tied with 46 hits. Leads the team in RBIs with 28. Has good pop in the bat. 6 doubles, 2 triples, 4 home runs. Here's the pitch in there for a called strike. Good to see Brandon pitching ahead,
Pitching ahead, that's what you're looking for, Wayne.
especially on a tough hitter like Borst. Inside move, just checking the runner Marriott at second. No attempt at a pickoff there.
It's kind of building all around us.
Yeah, the clouds are swirling.
Okay, that's what it looks like on radar.
Oh no.
Swing and a miss.
Building all around.
Count is 0-2.
And Wayne, the Mavericks are gonna have to play extra quick baseball in order to beat Mother Nature tonight, I think.
I don't think we're going to beat the.
I don't
the
think
weather.
we're gonna beat the weather.
Well, we get
Both
5 innings.
flags are flying from left field to right field, and the wind has picked up considerably. It's clouded over. Marriott does want to go at second base. He's edging off even further all the time. Good move by Ponticelli to step off there.
Especially if you're not sure if it's going
Radai had given up on holding him on. Here's the pitch, fouled over the right field bleachers.
And Wayne Ponticelli now, he's starting to settle in now after those first few pitches. No, if they're able to get out of this inning without giving up any runs, I guess no harm, no foul.
Yeah, he came up 3-0. First 3 pitches were balls through his strike. And
How
then
does that stress you out as a pitcher and get you over anxious when you come out of the gate and you throw that many 3 balls in a row, or do you just not worry about it quite too much as it's fouled off here again? Do you get? Well, I guess the question would be more: do you worry about it, or do you just say, whatever?
Well, once you've walked him, you can't do anything about it. You got to focus on the next pitch, next hitter, next pitch, and that has to be your mindset. It's like a goalie giving up a goal. You got to just worry about the next shot, next save. There's Marriott off and running, gets a great jump, no throw. We were expecting Marriott to be running. That's his 18th stolen base of the year. That was a ball. The count is 2-2. Now that's a great advantage because any ball to the middle infield now, the run will score. Or a sac fly. Swing and a miss. A slider on the outside part of the plate. 2 away.
Yeah, he's stolen base twice, right? Two gone now for a Moose Jaw. Brings to the plate the first baseman, number 12, Darryl Dahl.
Dahl was 1 for 5 last night, batting .317 on the season. 13 doubles, 1 triple, 2 home runs. Left-handed hitter,
He struck out.
cleanup hitter.
And then next batter.
Pitch just misses the outside corner. Ball 1. Radai and Rodriguez playing deep on the right side. Slider misses high.
Support the Kate Sox. You can do it.
This is Ponticelli's 9th appearance this year, 7th start of the season. Pitch low and inside. Good backhand by Wright. Keep the ball from going to the backstop.
And it's
Pontus-
important. Sorry, Wayne. It's important here that like you said, the Mavericks find a way to get rid of this guy here and leave the top of the first tied game. I think. I know it's not a big deal, but for me, I think it's important to build momentum.
Well, one of the goals is always to have your hitters come up not being behind in the first inning. I know I was talking with Greg Morrison the other night, and he said he used to hate the fact when he was playing, and he used to play center field, he would hate the fact when he would come up and they were already down by 2 runs in the first inning, 2 or 3 runs. A swing and a miss. Count is full. Ponticelli has 2 wins and 3 losses this year with a 5.51 ERA, 32 2/3 innings pitched. Here's the payoff pitch, fouled into the Moose Jaw Miller Express dugout. They started without you, Lanny. They're not waiting for your call.
That's perfect. That's what they need to do.
Long
Heads up,
foul
down the berm,
ball
guys.
down the right side, way over the fence, bounces onto the
For
road.
the apartment building.
Soon to be.
Yeah, soon there'll be another one there. It'll be bouncing off the walls of the next one.
Well,
Count remains, full count. Good battle going on here between Ponticelli and Dahl.
you want anything, let me know.
Here's the pitch, ground ball hit to Rodriguez at first base. He fields it on a 1-hop, bobbles it, but steps on the base. Scored out.
Rodriguez does a juggling act out there. Making a catch. And getting the out. Moose Jaw gets no runs on no hits. 1 left on.
Good start for
Great start.
Ponticelli and the
Support of
Mavs.
the Alberta Children's
start indeed.
Hospital
We'll take
via
it.
the hashtag
I
Strong
mean, a little
Extra
interesting
Life
thing I had a chance this morning,
Extra
as you
Life
mentioned,
is
the
a 24-hour gaming event where you
how many
play
players
video
from
or
Minot
board
State
games.
play
And
on
make
these
friends and family
teams?
to sponsor
I'm
you.
gonna say
Sign up
4.
at extra-life.com
I think
today.
5. I
Or
think
Five?
5. I believe 4 or 5 for sure.
I was looking at that the other day and I spotted 4 for sure, but I didn't check all of the rosters. It was before they started the series, and I looked at who had started for Moose Jaw and who we had, and at that time there was 4, but of course Moose Jaw are juggling their lineup more than we are, so good for Minot State.
I had a chance today, Wayne, to do a cool interview. Very untraditional between Sal Rodriguez and the DH tonight, Michael Bros. He talked about how they are best friends. They played baseball together, Wayne, since they were 8 years old, and now tonight to play summer. And they played at college. They played their minor ball together, college ball together, and now they're on a different team against each other. We talked about just kind of the differences, but they just talked about how fun it is, how they like to compete with each other still, and you want to, Wayne, they're your best friend, but you still want to compete hard, and you want to beat them.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure they have a friendly rivalry. They're cheering for each other when they're not playing against each other.
Michael Bros said that exactly.
So Borst is from McHenry, Illinois. I'm wondering how far that is from Crystal Lake, Illinois. Michael Borst is 6'3", 225, big boy. Sal's not a small little spring chicken himself.
Wayne, I was not looking very big in that room, let me tell you, between those two guys. I'm glad we were sitting in chairs, because I would have been looking up at him. I check in at about 6 feet, 185, so a sizable difference.
Hey, congratulations to our jersey
Well,
draw winner, Orwell. Congratulations, you get that prize down at the souvenir shack.
and I can see why Borst is hitting in the number 3 spot, batting .362, 4 home runs, tied for the team lead in hits and leads the team in RBIs. So Minot State's doing a good job down there. Congratulations, Minot State. Keep up the good work. Keep sending the players up to the Western Canadian Baseball League.
We need him and we enjoy him. Austin Soika starts things off here for the Mavericks, and Wayne, no surprise here. Soika
There he is!
followed by
Peter Burrow.
Garcia.
Sorry, Spider-Man.
And I think that's the 1 and 2 you're going to see for the rest of the year.
Well,
Starting off before your superheroes.
it's been pretty
Mavericks,
consistent
number
with those
30,
guys
Austin
batting
Soika.
up there. Of course, anything can come into play. There can be an injury. Lineups can change. But, yeah, they've done a great job. Soika batting .347. Second on the team in RBIs with 26 from Huntington Beach, California. Soika was 2 for 5 last night with a stolen base. He also walked.
They up in Edmonton.
No,
It's crazy. Awful. They're building
Pitch
arcs.
high. Jeff Nicolosi.
It's crazy.
This is his 10th appearance, ninth start of the season. Has pitched 40 and 2/3 innings. There's a ball hit out into right field. Well hit. That ball is sailing and it's out of here. Beauty. Opposite field, home run for Austin Soika.
And the leadoff hitter doing what they want him to do.
Good leadoff things right there. That's Soika's 6th home run of the season.
The shortstop, number 5, TJ Garcia.
You could tell right away, as soon as he hit it, that ball was either going to be off the wall or out of here, and it got up in the wind. And I don't even think the wind was that much of a factor. You could hear it, the sound of the bat.
And that means first run of the game. And sorry, Lucas, I had to wait for that pitch. 2020 vision balls coming your way.
Oh, and Garcia, did that get...
Wow, fouled it off his foot. Ouch. Takes his helmet off.
And Wayne, we seen that happen to Freddie Walker the other night. That is...
Yeah.
Hurts like a bee. Fill in the blank.
Yeah.
The Fantasy
20-minute
Seahawks
drive
now
from
by the
Crystal Lake to
championship
McHenry.
table.
20 minutes.
20-minute
those
drive.
3 tickets.
Okay.
That interview right
They're
now.
like neighbors.
They're like neighbors, no kidding. That interview should be available on our Instagram soon, if not. We have a little tidbit on Twitter for it now.
Count is 0-2 on Garcia. Batting .344 on the season. Fastball high outside. Can we get some water up here? I forgot to bring my water bottle. Another pitch outside. Good fastball. Not quite in the zone yet. Nicolosi has walked 11, struck out 22 so far this year. Fastball flared down the left field side. Third baseman dives for it, just can't come up with it.
Pretty
Good
close,
effort.
man. He was pretty
Good
close.
effort. Nicolosi has a 2-win, 2-loss record. 3.98 ERA.
There's no moose emoji, is that what you're saying?
He's a good pitcher.
Just get a picture of that moose from Moose.
Just looking at his stats, looks like he's got a good fastball. He's got a 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Good battle here with Garcia and Nicolosi. Another flare hit down the left field line.
You got a freaking hedgehog.
If you missed it, Soika led off with an Oppo home run over the right field fence. Mavericks are up 1-0. There's a hard hit ball to center field. Comes in, makes the catch. 1 away.
One gone for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate. the second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai.
And Mr. Dependable himself up to the plate, Nolan Radai here, Wayne. And I'm curious. I'd like to get a counter going on how many times we've said good things about this batter this year.
Well, he's a good hitter. It's tough to say bad things about good hitters and good people, and the Mavericks have lots of them. Nolan being one of them. Pitches high and outside. Radai batting .344 on the season, leads the team in hits. Had an RBI last night. It was 1 for 4. A little flare over the second baseman, drops in for a single. Another hit for Radai.
Base hit for Ratai. Brings to the plate the first baseman, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
I can't believe it's not a moose. That's insane.
Change up in there for a called strike. Starts Rodriguez off with something soft. Radai is 5 for 5 in stolen bases this year. Picks his spots. He's not definitely going up there looking to steal. Line drive down the left field side by Rodriguez. Foul.
And Wayne, when I talked to Sal last night, he was really happy about that 2-run RBI single that he created, and he said he wants to build off that and try and get some more of that success that he's looking for. He's talked about his stats, and he said, I can hit better than what my stats show, and he's just working on trying to improve that right now, because he definitely is.
Radai throw over to first base. Nearly gets caught. Yeah, Rodriguez had a big hit last night. A timely big hit. As we've been watching him over the season, over the last little while, he and Colton Wright, their hitting has really come around. And hitting in clutch situations as well.
Those key
and that's more important than just getting hits. Lots of guys will get hits when the game is meaningless or it's out of reach. But they're in key spots in the batting order. They have to come through for us. There's a high ball hit to left field. Not that deep. Left fielder gets over there. Wind is taking it into left center. Left fielder makes the catch for the second out.
Two gone now for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the catcher, number 25, Colton Wright.
Orange Truck had to cover a lot of ground there. Looked like it was right at him, in line with the light pole, and it drifted about 30 to 40 feet to his left. Colton Wright coming to the plate from Surrey, BC, Northeast Oklahoma. University student in Tahlequah, Oklahoma, batting .270. Wasn't more than a couple of weeks ago, and he was batting about .225.
That's right, Wayne. It's been a number that's continually climbed, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it reach 300 by the end of the season, Wayne.
Oh, I'm sure he'd be happy with that. I know he's frustrated. Last year was such a crucial year for him. He led the Mavs to the championship, one of the leaders in hitting through the season and throughout the playoffs. Got off to a slow start this year. Another pick play at first base. Radai gets back in easily. Count is 0-1. Colin Klingensmith on deck. Radai gets a secondary lead. A line drive hit the second base.
Line drive.
Tough luck for Colton Wright on that. Hits it on the nose.
You know the board here in the bottom of the first, solo home run.
Hit it right at the second baseman.
1-0 after one complete.
And Wayne, that one wasn't right to.
Yeah, he didn't
right
have
to
to
him. He
move.
didn't even have to move. That was
Yeah.
about as easy as it gets. But the Mavericks do get one, and they take the lead, and I said it's something I've been challenging the Mavericks. As I've said it on our show before, is that I want them to play with the lead, and I want them to get comfortable doing that, and not always have to come back from games in behind, Wayne. Because as I mentioned last night on our show, that the games when they get deeper, they only get tougher, and it's going to be harder and harder to have those comeback games.
Well, we've talked about Major League Baseball, and I would say it would hold true all the way through down to Little League. The team that scores first wins 65% of their games. And we've scored first, so 35% of the time you're not going to win when you score first, but the odds are 2 to 1 in your favor. A little discussion at the mound, or at the home plate, with the coaches from Moose Jaw and Medicine Hat.
RAJ934. You go pick up that car wash.
With the umpire, I'm not sure exactly what they're discussing. Is that Mitch Ball umpiring tonight? Is he the whole play?
That's
Coaches are still at home plate discussing something. I'm not exactly sure what it is. Not sure whether they're complaining about the person sitting out in center field. Is he getting the signals and relaying them to the Mavericks? That's an old Toronto Blue Jay trick that they were accused of.
what do we got here, guys?
So
it's the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for Moose Jaw starting off. The
Cole
catcher,
Workin coming in here
seven,
now for
Workin.
the
Jason,
Miller Express, and Workin's had a good year, Wayne.
yes, he has. He's batting .351 on the season. In there for a called strike. Workin was 1 for 5 last night, 2 strikeouts, 1 RBI. Check swing. Ball got in on his hands, fouls it into the Moose Jaw dugout. Ball hit to Radai at second base, flips it over to first. Workin hustling down the line. Love to see that. Never gave up on it. Ran hard right through the base.
And Wayne, you mentioned last night, you said some coaches, they tell every guy that they need to tap the base.
Why not? You're running towards first base, step on it. That play was bang bang. I shouldn't say bang bang, but a step. If Rodriguez bobbles it or drops it. If Workin steps on the base, he's safe. If he overruns it, Rodriguez has time to pick it up and tag him or step on the base. Pitch is inside. The hitter, Jason Wallace, indicating that it hit him. The umpire says, no, it didn't. Wallace came in last night as a pinch hitter, got hit by a pitch.
That one hit him.
And that one hit him.
Yeah, that one he
got him
felt.
on the cheek.
Yep. Pitch is low and away. Ball 2. Wallace batting .200 on the season. The DH tonight. Pitch high and inside. Ball 3. I'm absolutely amazed at our Medicine Hat fans. Doesn't matter the weather, they come out.
They come out just for the weather.
Called strike. Count is 3-1. Yeah, they dress for the weather.
There's diehards. I remember when the Blue Jays were here, Wayne. Same thing. They came out for Pioneer baseball.
In their called strike too. Yeah, I remember Mr. Galashin and some of those guys. They were sitting. They had seats, the same seats, all for 20 years.
Yep.
Pitch high, ball 4.
Wallace draws the walk. Brings the plate.
I mean, that's 2 walks. Mavericks have given up, and we're barely into the game.
Well, Fonticelli is for every batter he walks, he strikes out a batter. So he struck out 2 and he's walked 2 so far. He's keeping the trend going. Yes.
Keep it going.
Yeah. Blake Gallagher at the plates. Second baseman made the 3rd out of the inning on a line drive from Colton Wright. Gallagher batting .260. 5 doubles, 2 triples, 2 home runs. did not play last night. Oh, pitch inside, just about hit him. Count is 2-0. Ponticelli having a little bit of trouble here finding the strike zone right now. Pitch in there for a strike. Wallace not a base stealing threat at first. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Called strike nevertheless. Count is 2-2. Ground
Wind
ball here
conditions
would
are
be
picking up a
dandy
little
for
bit.
the Mavericks. Get a double play.
There you go, folks. A bunch of line beer batter coming through for us.
Swing and a
For the
miss.
next 10 minutes, it's 7:41. You got till 7:50.
Third strikeout
You get that power
for
off beer.
Ponticelli. I thought he fouled that pitch.
So did I. I thought he got a piece of it, Wayne.
Colton Wright obviously held on. He might not have fouled it, but it seemed to me that it was foul, and I was surprised that Colton held up the ball. Pitch outside. Wright holds it there to give the umpire a little extra look, but it was still a ball. Alex Arenchuk batting 196. Had a sac fly RBI last night in a walk. That pitch in there for a strike on the outside corner. 2 away. Mavericks are leading 1-0. Out hitting Mushaw 1-0. That pitch inside. Count is 2-1. Here's the pitch. Swung and fouled. Straight back in between Colton Wright's legs. As a catcher, I used to love that. When it would be a foul ball and it'd go right between the legs, I'd say, woo,
Yeah,
missed that.
that's a little too close.
A little too close for comfort.
Well, you know, sometimes you get it on the inner
Yeah.
thigh and it just stings and you got a mark there for a couple of days. Another strikeout by Ponticelli.
Strikeout. Moose Jaw leaves a man stranded here in the top of the second. Obviously, the one that
4 strikeouts for Ponticelli in this one, Wayne. He's looking good.
Yeah, he is very good. Like his approach so far. I'd like to see more ground balls because it keeps your team in the game.
It does.
And you throw a lot less pitches when you're throwing ground balls. When you're striking guys out, you have to throw a lot more pitches.
That's right.
But we'll take the outs any way we can get them. Almost time for the trivia question, folks.
Oh, here we go.
Almost. Usually it's the 4th inning.
Usually.
Hey fans, we'd like to welcome International Petroleum Corp to tonight's patio party along with their baseline. How you guys doing down there? Wave to us. Hey, they're waving. That's good. That's awesome. And again, we also like to thank Source One Realty for sponsoring the patio for the entire season. And also Mook Fabrics. Where are you, Mook Fabrics? So they're on the Medicine Brew Company dugout deck. And again, we'd like to thank Medicine Brew Company for sponsoring the dugout deck this season.
Well, where's that storm center right now, Mr. Johnson, down there? Kim or Guy? We were saying
It's kind of swirling all around us, eh?
a little
It
while
really is
ago
all
it
around
was
us.
a little while ago it was pouring out in Bow Island, which is about a 40 kilometers
That's what it looks
straight
like.
east. Just checking out the radar
You can see where
on
Medicine
the
Ave is, and it's
iPhone
just on
from
the
here.
outskirts of that system.
Yeah, it's all around us.
Yeah.
Blue and green. Is that blue snow or what is that?
Rain, light rain.
Well, what's
Could you imagine if it was snow? How would you feel?
It's the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up for the Mavericks starting it off. the third baseman, number 10, Colin Klingensmith.
And deservedly so. Last night's player of the game, Smith, had a great night last night, Wayne.
He did, yeah. Played great defense at third. Was 3 for 4 in hitting. Had 2 RBIs. Batting .286 on the season. First pitch in there, change up. Nicolosi has a good fastball and a good changeup. Here's the pitch. Fouled straight back.
Thunder.
Got in on the hands. Was that the foul ball or was that Thunder? Did you
That went over us. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Count is 0-2 on Klingensmith. Playing third base again tonight. Change up. Oh, just missed the outside corner. Klingensmith made a great backhanded play last night on the infield, but he also ran down 2 fly balls.
That's right.
Deep into the bullpen area for the Mavericks. Pitch inside, ball 2, evens the count. Let's have a good at-bat here, Colin. Let's get it to full count. Catcher sits up on the inside part of the plate. Here's the pitch. Klingensmith hits it hard, and the right fielder makes a great jumping catch. Crashes into the wall, but hangs on. Klingensmith hammered that pitch.
To right field, better catch there by Moose Jaw.
That ball was tattooed.
Yeah, it was tattooed.
Brings
Klingensmith's
to
been
the
swinging
plate
the
with
bat a lot better.
hitter, number 34, Hunter Cooper.
Outstanding catch by the right fielder. Going back hard on it, jumps, crashed into the wall, retained control of the ball. But that ball was hit right on the beaker. Pitch low and away to Hunter Cooper, who's the DH tonight.
Get a chance to play in front of his family, Wayne.
Yeah, his family is in town from Anaheim, California. Swings, hits a ball to the second baseman, fields it cleanly over to first for the second out.
Cooper goes down on a 4-3. 2 gone now for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the right fielder, number 11, Tito Jones.
Tito Jones from Altus, Oklahoma, batting .296. Did not play last night. Playing right field tonight. Here's a pitch, lined in the hole, past the shortstop into left field. Single for Tito Jones. Ball gets in, past the second baseman. Jones had a thought of going to second, but wisely pulled up, got back to first.
Wayne, he loves that.
Going for second, comes back to first.
He loves the antics. He's a character out there. He's a personality player. He likes those exciting plays and moments. He wants to be the guy making those moments happen.
Well, you can be adventuresome to a degree on the bases as long as you're reasonable with what you're doing out there. We want to get to the underbelly of the Moose Jaw Miller Express, and that's the bullpen. That's the underbelly of any team, is their bullpen usually. First pitch to Freddie Walker in there on the corner for a called strike. Tito Jones at first is 3 for 3 in stolen bases. Taking a good lead off of first base. Throw over there. Close. Jones gets back in time. Leadoff hitter Austin Soika on deck, led off the game with an opposite field home run, put the Mavericks up 1-0. Here's the pitch, hit to the right side. That'll be out of play. First baseman gives chase, but
And Wayne, if you're the
wasn't
Miller
even
Express
close.
coach, you got to be pleased with the second effort that these guys have. They don't give up on the play.
Yeah, and that was one that probably he could have stood at first base and watched. There was no
Probably
chance
could've.
of getting that one.
No, I don't know who would have picked that one up, but
You could have had the 15th effort on that one. And
you could add the. No kidding.
count is 0-2. I'm watching Jones lead off at first. Not going. Pitch fouled to the right side again by Freddie Walker. First baseman gives chase again.
And Wade, he's working on his 20-yard dash right now.
Yeah, he's doing a little sprint work there, trying to get himself in shape.
You always gotta
First
find time.
baseman.
You know when
Yeah.
you can find creative time to work out and better yourself,
Yeah.
go for it.
Do it right during the game.
Do it right during the game. That works. That's fine. That's fine.
Count remains 0-2. Mavericks up 1-0, 2 away in the bottom of the second. Nicolosi on the mound for the Miller Express. Catcher sets up outside. Pitch is high and inside. Jones is off. He's in there with his fourth stolen base. Great jump by Tito Jones.
They say 22 hours a day. Take it out to eat.
Count is 1-2.
They're not really all that comfortable, but they assume after a while you forget breathing.
I think after a week or two.
I like the aggressiveness of the Mavs on the base paths. I think we're about 4th in the league in stolen bases. I had a look at that too. I can't remember exactly, but I think we're about 4th.
I think you're right.
Here's Freddie Walker. Changeup catches him out way out front. Catcher picks up the ball. Workin throws to first base for the out. A strikeout and a 2-3 putout to end the second inning. That changeup is the old neutralizer.
The old neutralizer, Wayne. It happens.
Plastic is the savior, right? We're going to save the forests. Everything's going to be plastic. Save the forests. Then the people deal came along. We killed all forests.
So for Moose Jaw coming up, we have 8, 9, and 1.
Next Mavs game for free. Check out Swirls Ice Cream.
And
on
Ty
Facebook.
Lightly hitting at 346. He's in the
Double
number.
play contest to win 2 premium seating tickets, along with 2 of your favorite Swirls treats to enjoy during the game. It's called a summer double play from Swirls Ice Cream.
Ty Lightly hitting at 346.
Good, thank you.
Next time you're online.
Plastic water bottles are hard to let you.
Again, we like to
So a wrench truck leading off, batting 196, followed by Likely batting 346.
drive in and drive out. Drive out.
About a mile out. And the amount of plastic water bottles and stuff just floating around like a mile off the shore. I was amazed. I didn't expect it. I thought, that's probably it's select areas where there's a lot of plastic in the ocean. So many water bottles for sure. Thing is, a lot of the problems is so poor.
It's going to be the 9-1-2 hitters due up for Moose Jaw starting off.
And Wayne, Ty Lightly, he's got a nice batting average. A really nice batting average. This
does,
guy's capable
yeah.
of hitting the ball. You can't ignore that factor.
Well, he was 2 for 5 last night. We'll see what he does when he comes up. He's the second hitter up this inning. I think he batted in the number 2 slot last night, as I recall. But lots of teams will put a speed guy at the bottom of the order, so it'll be like a double leadoff.
That's an option for them, definitely.
Let me find my sheet here. Fly ball down the right field side. Jones giving chase, but the wind carries it out. Yes, Lightly was batting in the number 2 slot last night. Blue Jays are leading Detroit 7-5 in the bottom of the 9th.
They were down. They were down like 3-1 when
They
I
were
left
down
last
3-1.
night.
Yep. They're up 7-5 in the bottom of the 9th.
So have they traded Stroman yet?
Not yet.
Any word?
Stroman hasn't been traded yet.
No.
Here's the pitch. High. 2-1 is the count.
ball is hit, and Rodriguez makes the catch.
Rodriguez makes the catch,
Rodriguez
gets
taking the catch
lightly
there.
out.
One gone. Top of the order now for Moose Jaw. The center fielder, number 8, Eric Marriott.
Man, I was all confused here in my batting order. I was thinking Lightly was the second hitter up this inning, but he was the leadoff hitter.
No, he was the
this
leadoff, and that brings up now the real leadoff hitter,
inning.
Eric
Really
Marriott.
yeah.
Prep, Wayne, you're still tired from that marathon game. You're getting a this pitch is called just on the outside. You got a day off tomorrow, and I think we've earned it.
Yeah, it's like we played 4 games in the last 3 days. Marriott showed bunt, pulled back. Clayton Smith came in charging hard. Count is 1-1. Marriott walked his first plate appearance. There's a ball hit in the hole past the diving Clayton Smith for a single.
Marriott off with a base hit. Brings to the plate the shortstop, number 6, Andres Garza.
Marriott had his 18th stolen base in the first inning. He also stole third base for his 19th stolen base.
Oh no, it's not going to improve.
So we know he likes to run. Here's the pitch. Ground ball back hit to Ponticelli. He flips it over to first base. All he had to do was throw it to Jones at second. They had a double play.
There was an option with Garcia did move in.
Ponticelli had a brain freeze right there. I think he thought there was 2 away. Wow. That was a routine double play.
So the batter gets out on a 1-3. 2 gone now from Moose Jaw. Brings to the plate the right fielder, number 3, Michael Gross.
Garza hits a comebacker to Ponticelli. He fields it. Does a great job at fielding it on a one-hopper, a hard-hit ball. Garza wasn't even out of the box when Ponticelli fielded it, and Ponticelli decided to run to first base and flip it to Rodriguez. To say I'm confused is an understatement, folks. There's a ground ball hit to Garcia, over to Rodriguez. No harm done.
Garcia with a 6-3.
And the Mavericks, when they're working relatively efficient, and if they make a play that they don't like or that we don't like or the coaching staff doesn't like, they seem to bounce back so far in this game. That's a good job by Ponticelli letting that ball get put in play there. And I mean, there was a double play option, but like you said, at the end, no harm, no foul.
Yeah, but you can't allow that to happen in the playoffs.
You certainly
You got
can't.
to
You
take
gotta
advantage of
capitalize.
those double play opportunities, and you play against Okotoks or Lethbridge or Weyburn, Regina. You can't make those mistakes. That's a mental. I can understand errors. Physical errors are a part of the game. Mental errors, you're just not thinking ahead.
Yeah, you're not.
But that's baseball.
That is baseball.
So we have
Back to the top of the order now
back
for
to
the
the top
Mavericks.
of the order.
And Soika hit the home run, and Wayne, he has one of those. Soika has one of those effortless swings. I've been really impressed with his game this year. In comparison to other teams we've seen, Soika in my mind is easily in the discussion for a team MVP award. There's many players deserving so, but with what Soika's done for the team, you have to consider him as well.
Yeah, he's had a good season for the Mavericks, and has been one of the key contributors as they've taken off here. So at the bottom of this inning, once we get to the top of the fourth, we'll have our trivia question, first trivia question of the night. We have Soika, Garcia, and Rathai coming up. 1, 2, and 3 hitters for the Mavs.
Top of the order for the Mavericks, starting off the left fielder, number 30, Austin Soika.
Soika hit his 5th home run of the season in the first inning, leading off the game with an Oppo Field home run. Nicolosi's pitch, a changeup, misses high and away. Might have been a curveball. It looked like an off-speed pitch of some sort, nevertheless. Lost his grip on it, I thought.
There's one.
That's
That one looked a little bit more of a curveball.
Not sure if it's a knuckleball.
Or a slider away.
Knuckleball, it's too slow for a slider. Slider's like your fastball, only a couple of miles an hour
A hanging
slower.
looper.
Yeah, a looper. That's a good description. There's a fastball, misses high. The count is 3-0. Soika looking at Vasella. Does he take? He does take. I don't think Soika... Vasella never gave a signal at all. I think Soika was on his own on that. Good leadoff hitter. You're going to take a pitch. You're not scared of battling with one strike on you.
And it pays off.
Gets a walk. PJ Garcia coming to the plate. Lined out to center field his first at bat, batting .344 on the season.
The shortstop, number 5, PJ Garcia.
A Mesa, Arizona native, went to college in Oklahoma.
God's country.
Garcia was 1 for 4 last night. There's Soika on the hit and run. Second baseman gets over, flips it over to first base, advances the runner to second.
4-3, hit and run on. Garcia.
And then some good base running by Soika Wayne there to recognize the play and move his boots and get to second.
Yeah, he took off on the play before the ball was even pitched.
He had a good feel.
And he looked in. He looked to see where the ball was hit. What you don't want to do on those plays is run with your head down and it's a pop up. And you're standing at second base and they flip it over to first for a double play. Garcia getting a great jump, or Soika getting a great lead off of second base. Nobody holding him on there. Wind is picked up, blew Nicolosi's cap off.
Feeding the storm to the southwest of us.
What's the wind speed right now? You must have it on there. I think it's got to be about 85 kilometers an hour. That's my guess.
We get steady wind, 34 kilometers an hour, but it's probably gusty. I don't have that on here.
34. There's Garcia, or Soika off and running, steals third. Ball's thrown away by the catcher. Soika comes in to score. Beauty.
E2.
Putting pressure on the defense. Good job by the Mavericks. Soika, you could see the pitch before, trying to lead off. Nobody was holding him on. Getting his timing with the pitcher. Took off, had third base stolen. Catcher threw it anyway. And it was in the dirt, got by the third baseman.
Wind is gusting up to 52 kilometers.
Wind is gusting up to 52 kilometers. There's a check swing, hit to the first baseman. First baseman gets up, tags the base. 3 unassisted. Put out by Vrati. Pitch got in on his hands.
Don't give him 2 errors. Just get him home. 2-0 now for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the first baseman, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
So the Mavericks have scored 2 runs on 2 hits. Both hits.
You got to get him in first.
Both runs scored by Austin Soika. Sorry.
That's right. Yeah. It's not. Okay, that's right.
Soika and Tito Jones with the only hit so far for the Mavs.
Should be 1 error there.
First pitch in there for a strike to Sal Rodriguez. That pitch is high. Rodriguez from Crystal Lake, Illinois, attends Minot State University in North Dakota.
With Batman music, correct?
Changeup gets Rodriguez way out front. Looks like a knuckle changeup.
Kind of,
to me.
yeah, it does. It's a bit of a different. Nicolosi, in the last 3 nights we've seen couple different pitchers, and I'm just amazed by how different all of them are in their own ways. They're all
Yeah,
They're all so
Nicolosi is really a different pitcher with that knuckle change or straight change. There's another ball, curveball going away. Rodriguez hits to the first baseman. Steps on the bag, 3 away.
Mavericks get one more here in the bottom of the third inning and take a 2-0 lead. And it looks like we got some action down there.
Look at 5 and 0.
What do we got there, Janessa?
So we have a trivia question coming
Oh,
up.
wait, here we go. It's Kim Johnson listening. Let's hear it.
So they're going to be hopping on their little horses here and trying to get into Batman down there. Batman's a little far. You might have to speed in a little bit. Okay, guys, when you're ready, get into Batman.
All right, Wayne,
We're-
that's the
we're-
moment of truth.
Okay, trivia question, folks.
These superheroes' masks are trying to get in their eyes a little bit.
Who was the first pitcher in Major League Baseball to throw over 100 miles an hour? And the second part of that question is, which team did he play for when he threw that pitch?
Oh.
You are a cheater, Ryder.
I've been exposed behind the camera.
Yes.
My guess.
No, we have to let the viewers have a chance,
5 minutes.
Mr. Johnson. We have to wait. We have to wait till this top half of the inning is over. So the trivia question is, who is the first pitcher to throw over 100 miles an hour, and which team did he play for? Because he played for many teams in his major league career.
Wayne, I'm guilty. You exposed me for cheating there. You caught me
Well,
Googling.
you sent in last night. You were sending in the answers.
That wasn't me. That's not who I promise. It's not me.
I've changed, obviously, their jerseys into their regular dates. And we'll let you know when those jerseys will be on sale down in the souvenir shop.
So the leadoff
For
walk
$105. They just need
by
some time to
Nicolosi
press them, and
to
then we'll let
Austin
you know when
Soika
they're
came
available
around
in
to
the souvenir
score
shop.
in the bottom of the third inning. That was his
Again, proceeds
first
going to
walk of the
Alberta's
game,
children's
and it
hospital.
came back to bite him. So the number
So 4,
4,
5,
5,
6
and 6
hitters
hitters
off
coming
number
up for
12,
Moose
Darryl
Jaw.
Dahl.
Dahl, Warken, and Wallace. Dahl grounded out to Rodriguez his first at bat. Batting .317 on the season. Pitch in the dirt. Knocks the helmet off of
Hey, Lucas,
Colton
can you
Wright.
come up to the press box for a second?
Ryder, I'm disappointed in you. My son had you as a student, and if I tell him that you were cheating
He's gonna go back
on a
and take
test,
my diploma away.
he's gonna take your social mark away from you.
I think so.
Ball
Guilty.
low. Count is 2-0. Hitter's advantage here. Dahl will be zoning up for something he can drive. He's got 2 home runs on the season. There's a pitch. Good swing at it, but fouls it back. Pitch was a little up and out. Not in the sweet spot. The honey spot is middle in
Middle in.
and about thigh high. You get that pitch and over the fence she goes.
In following last night's logic, would you say that ball was hit to
Appreciate it.
7 persons?
7 persons?
No. That pitch on the outside corner evens the count. Good take by Dahl. I like that. Nothing you can do with that pitch. Low and away on the outside corner. Wait for a mistake pitch. Here's a 2-2 pitch inside. Doesn't miss by much, if any.
Walkie-talkie.
What happened on that is Wright set up outside, and the pitch was inside.
That's awesome.
Sometimes you fool the umpire on that. You miss your spot, but it's still a strike. Here's the pitch, swung on, fouled. Count remains 3-2.
And Dahl's not an easy batter to get out. He makes you work for it, Wayne.
He is. That's a 6th pitch. I believe analytics say a 6 pitch at bat is a quality at bat.
I can't disagree.
That's what Major League statistics say. Good at bat. Draws the leadoff walk.
Ball draws a walk, brings to the plate the catcher number 7, Cole Workin.
And they even track what kind of stats you have for a 7-pitch at bat, an 8-pitch
An
at
8-pitch
bat,
at bat, yep.
and it goes up from 6. I think the minimum quality at bat is a 6-pitch at bat. Nobody out. Leadoff hitter on. Working up at the plate. Ball in the
Colton
dirt.
Wright does another. Colton Wright again doing what Colton Wright is good at, and that's
Keeping the ball in front of him. Yeah. Good job there.
I've been so
That's
impressed.
tough on the legs.
It is
You're
tough
up
on
and
the
down,
legs.
up and down all the time.
But have you seen that guy at all off the floor? He's built like a truck. He works out hard and
That pitch is high, ball 2.
he can handle it.
Ponticelli falling behind here on the
Yes.
first 2 hitters. Not a good sign. Here's the pitch. Swung up and hit deep to right
Uh-oh.
field. That ball is carrying.
That's
It's
a
off
home
the
run.
wall
No,
in
it's
right
not,
field.
It's not.
Ball is in to Radai.
Gotta
Stand up
grab
double
trouble.
by Workin.
And Wayne, I must apologize. I thought the wind was going to carry that one. It's a deceiving look.
That ball was hit hard. But you fall behind in the count. A good hitter like Workin, batting
double.
351,
Brings to the plate
made
the
him
designated
pay.
hitter number 38.
Hit it hard off the
Jason
wall. It
Wallace.
just missed going out.
Oh, we got a new hitter, guys.
Oh, we have a pinch hitter here, Wayne.
What number?
28.
Or 26.
Pinch hitter in for Moose Jaw, left-handed hitter. We can't get the number, folks, so bear with us for a second. It's number 28. 28 is Zach Campbell from Warren, Ohio. Pinch hitting for Jason Wallace. First pitch was high. Ponticelli has fallen behind on all 3 hitters so far.
Pinch hitting
Ball
for
2.
Moose Jaw number 28.
What do you think? A visit from pitching coach Jared Libke is all but certain here.
It's due. It's due.
What is his message to his pitchers when he struggles like that? Is there anything you can say to really turn it around, or what? Nice pitch there from Ponticelli. What I've always been curious, kind of, and of course every coach is different. But if you had to guess, what would he say?
Well, it might be something mechanically that Ponticelli is doing. His pitches have been up, and if he's up, he just has to remind him, look, here's what you need to do to get your pitches down. There's another high fastball, 3-0.
3-1, Wayne.
Oh, I'm sorry, 3-1. I got the pole is right in line with the strike and where I'm sitting.
Just
I have
blocks
to
the
move
view.
left or
Does it?
right. Yeah, sorry, folks. Slider in there for called strike. Count is 3-2. So it's either mechanically or sometimes you give him a mental break. That pitch is hit high to right field. That pitch is gone. 3-run home run for pinch hitter Zach Campbell. That was a beast.
And the Moose Jaw Express take a 3-2 lead.
You fall behind in the count, and you're going to get stung. He got that pitch up, and with that 53-kilometer-an-hour breeze, it sailed.
Tonight's bunch of lines beer batter.
That was a well-hit ball, nevertheless.
This at bat, $1 off beer for the next 10 minutes. Bunch of lines beer batter. Island service for every budget.
Blake Gallagher now batting. Nobody out in the top of the 4th inning.
No
Pitch
buddy warming
inside,
up in
ball
the,
2.
Nobody warming up in the Mavericks bullpen either right now, Wayne. I think the expectation from the coaching group here is they want him to get out of this.
Well,
But
don't,
you remember
don't
you're
wait
saying,
too long.
You remember
don't
you're saying
wait too
is,
long.
Don't wait too long.
Campbell was coming in batting 177. That is his first home run of the year. He had 8 RBIs in 32 plate appearances.
The coach is looking like a genius right now for that decision, Wayne.
Exactly. Great move by the coach. Called strike on the outside corner. Makes the count 3-1.
Wayne, as mentioned, with what the Mavericks have played the last little bit, it's been a real grueling part of their...
Ground ball hit to Garcia at short. Throws over to Rodriguez in time to get the speedy Gallagher hustling down the line.
Wayne, the Mavericks have used so many pitchers these last few games, they don't really have arms to spare at the moment.
Brings to the plate, left fielder number 20, Alex.
Well, last night, they only used a couple last night, so I think they're ready to go. But Ponticelli's rested. He just has to buckle down here right now, get the next two hitters out, get the Mavericks back up at the plate.
And get back to work.
Alex Zarenchuk batting, struck out his first, batting 196 on the season. The left fielder for the Miller Express pitches high and away. 1-1. Ponticelli missing consistently high. I think the first pitch of the inning was low and in the dirt, but other than that, it's been high. Good pitch, low and away there. Zarenchuk swings through it. Count is 1-2. Curveball high.
And right doing a good job, Wayne.
Could have been a slider. I think they might have got mixed up on
I
those
think they got their
signals.
signals, yeah.
Looked like
I said
Wright
right,
was
look,
caught
caught that
guard.
a little bit off guard, and
Yeah.
he's doing a good job of making those quick adjustments. All right, is
Well, he's like a
Foul
goalie. He's like a goalie back there.
he really is. He'll let it hit him wherever as long as he stops it. He's okay with it, I guess. Doesn't always have to be pretty, Wayne, I guess.
No, it doesn't, especially with nobody on base. You know, if you catch it or you don't catch it, unless it's a third strike, it doesn't matter that much. Count is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Ooh, just misses high
Looked not bad.
to Zarenchuk. Full count. The seller at the umpire or asking loudly,
One of the
where
two.
was that pitch? Here's the payoff pitch. Outside, ball 4.
And here you go, Wayne. Here comes the anticipated meeting. I think you had to do it.
Oh, absolutely. He walked the leadoff hitter. He came around to score. So the inning started with a walk, a double, and a 3-run home run. And now another walk. And we said Ponticelli's Achilles heel this year has been those walks and wild pitches.
That's really got him.
In fact, we'd like to take this time to thank the Medicine Lodge, the official hotel of the Mavericks. Shazam your way into Elements Lounge and Copper Cooley.
We said his
With your game tickets
walk to
and
strikeout ratio was 19-20, just about 1-1. He struck out 4 tonight and he's walked 4.
So
The fans take a
it'll
look at their
continue.
RJ's Ice and
The
Water
trend
ad
continues.
in your program.
And that trend we need to
And if you have the
improve
autograph
upon.
of number 30,
And
off
so
the
does
bat,
Brandon.
there,
Brandon
RJ's
wants to
Ice and
improve
Water ad,
upon it.
$10 gift certificate.
But for him to stay in games longer, he needs to improve upon that.
Yeah,
To get that in the ticket office.
and keep the
We're,
game
we're,
moving, Wayne.
we're,
right?
we're 40 games into the season. That has to improve.
It does.
The third baseman, number 32, Ty Lightning.
Number 9 hitter,
Ty Lightly.
Ty Lightly.
Not an easy name to say, is it?
No, tongue-tied on double L there. Lightly pops it to second baseman Nolan Radeye, drops the ball, flips it over to first. You
Smart play.
can't do that intentionally.
Is that going to be reviewed? Very.
You can let it hit the ground, but if you intentionally catch it and drop it, that's illegal. Now, he didn't really catch the ball. He let it hit his glove. Smart play by
savvy
Radeye,
play by Nolan Radeye.
but
Very
they
good
are
play.
asking clarification on that right now.
4-6-3 double play.
Oh, and he's gone, and that'll do it for number 20.
Alex Zarenchuk gets tossed from the game for arguing that call.
And that'll do it for the. That'll be it for him. He'll hit the showers. Wait, I wonder what was said. That didn't seem overly too hostile of a situation. Mix up. What was Oristichuk's frustration? Why was he? Did he just not agree with the call? Do you think, or do you think he did it on purpose?
I think he had a beef there. Radai intentionally dropped the ball, but that again is an umpire's interpretation. Did he catch it and intentionally drop it?
Number 20.
He definitely got a glove on it.
And Wayne, we're going to be seeing somebody coming out to left field here. We're just not sure who it is yet.
So, do we have any answers for the trivia question? And then we'll give Mr. Johnson, who has
Not one.
Wait, the fourth inning?
Nobody's playing tonight.
Okay,
Oh, the
nobody's
fourth
playing
inning brought to
along.
you by
We'll
Red
keep
Bell
it
Beer,
going
Red
here.
Bell.
Who's the
Here's
first
the
pitcher to
Mavericks.
throw over 100 miles an hour in the major leagues? And which team did he play for in doing so? So a smart play by Radai,
Number 8.
knowing that the runner isn't going hard, slows down just a little bit. The runner on first base has to tag up,
we can
of
get a number
course.
8.
No, 8's already in center field.
Radai lets the ball hit his glove, drops it, flips it to Garcia at short, on to first base for an easy double play.
And it's such a savvy play, Wayne. But the guy has so used his
smart play.
baseball smart. That is, yeah. I think Wayne. I think you talked about it with me before. You talked about it with PJ Garcia, but I think there'll be a coaching, scouting job for Nolan in the future if he wants one. I think he'll.
What number is that?
16.
I think he'll find one.
Great instincts.
Is it 16?
So number 16 is in for Orenchuk, who got tossed at first base.
Tucker Zadunich drawing in.
Tucker Zadunich, who played last night.
No, I just tossed the player. I didn't toss the coach.
Yeah, we don't have coaches up there.
So
Oh,
the
he's getting his player change in.
Colton Wright, Colin Klingensmith, and Hunter Cooper coming to the plate for the Mavs in the bottom of the fourth, trailing now by a score of 3-2.
It's the 5, 6, 7 hitters due up for the Mavericks starting it off. The catcher number 25, Colton Wright.
Colton Wright lined out to the second baseman his first at bat, hit it right on the beat. Second baseman didn't have to move.
Caleb.
You're leaving. We should give him a round of applause one more time.
Good eye, Kim.
So Kim Johnson, what was your guess on who is
Jack Morris of the Detroit Tigers.
Jack Morris of the Detroit Tigers, first pitcher to throw over 100 miles an hour in the major leagues?
Hey fans, a special thanks, Caleb, for throwing out the first pitch. He's going to be leaving us, it looks like. Caleb, good job out there, superhero man.
And right here
Ball
down
2
0-2.
for Colton Wright. Mr. Kim Johnson, you're incorrect. Sorry.
Okay, so Wayne, what was the question? I missed that.
The question was, who was the first pitcher in the major leagues to throw over 100 miles an hour, and which team did he play for?
Nolan Ryan of the Texas Rangers, maybe?
That's what I would have guessed.
There's a hard hit ball out to right field, caught on the warning track.
Nolan
The
Ryan
answer is Nolan Ryan.
of the Texas Rangers.
That's what I would have guessed.
No, not of the Texas Rangers.
Archie Nicholson, Garrett's dad, says Nolan Ryan of the Texas Rangers, but I would say Nolan Ryan of the
The third baseman, number 10, Colin.
Because he played
Klingensmith.
with Houston and California and a whole bunch of teams.
California.
California Angels.
He played for he threw 100.8 miles an hour for the California Angels in 1974.
Wow. Hang on.
So we're all thinking about Aroldis Chapman being one of those heaters, but Nolan Ryan is the right answer. He did play for the Texas Rangers.
Garrett's dad was close.
Yep. Nolan Ryan had 7 no-hitters in his career. Count as 1
Hey,
and
fans,
1
so
on
Superhero
two.
jerseys
Colin
are
Smith.
now
Wow.
available in the
Sorry,
Souvenir
that-
Shack.
I
Purchase
called that a
superhero
ball,
jerseys
but
now
it was a
available
strike.
in Souvenir
The
Shack.
umpire overruled me.
I think, Wayne, that seems to happen to us a lot up here.
That pitch is high. Count is 1-2. Kim Johnson is just checking my answer, and I'm sorry, who answered?
Archie Nicholson tweeted.
Archie Nicholson tweeted that it's Nolan Ryan. That's correct. My history says California Angels. Hard hit ball past the diving first baseman. Klingensmith gets a single to right field.
And Klingensmith, Wayne, continues that streak of good baseball. Him and I had a conversation earlier today before the game, Wayne, and he talked to me. I said, what's going on? What's going different? He goes, Ryder, I changed my approach.
Did he?
I changed my approach. That's what he said. Said he's got a bit more of an open mindset, too, about going to the park every day, and he said it's helping him be successful right now.
Well, and he is being very successful, not only offensively, but defensively. He's had to make that move from shortstop to third base because of Garcia's arrival, and been good on both sides of the field. Here's Hunter Cooper, the DH tonight, grounded out to the second baseman, his first at bat.
Thrown by the Tampa Bay Rays pitcher.
What's that?
Look at this pitch thrown by this Tampa Bay Rays pitcher tonight. Watch the movement on
The sinker just sinks away.
It goes away.
That's a sinker ball. Yeah.
Holy bro.
There's a ball hit to the shortstop. That'll be a double play. Steps on second base over to first base. A 6-4 double play.
6-3 double play ends the inning here for Medicine Hat in the bottom of the fourth. They trail Moose Jaw 3-2 after 4 complete.
No runs, 1 hit, nobody left on base for the Mavericks.
And Wayne, that's I'm wondering still how Hunter Cooper's health is doing right now. You mentioned we talked to his, well, we seen what happened in Okotoks, and then he played the other night in that 17-inning game just because of the love of the baseball. He said, "Hey, coach, I want to help." So credit to him with that. But Wayne, I do wonder where he is at health-wise. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, it's hard to know without having spoken to him, but if he wasn't well enough, there's guys on the bench like Strelchuk, who could easily go out and play, could DH, Cameron Pope. They've got other guys. Putting Hunter Cooper in there, who's pitched 2 out of the last 4 games, putting him in as a DH, unless he's healthy, wouldn't be a wise move by the
Do you
coaching
factor in the
staff.
family being in town and getting to see him played into
Top of the
the
fifth inning,
equation?
Yeah, I would think that might be a factor. His parents are in town from Anaheim, California.
And he wants to play for them.
Well, and we were talking to his dad yesterday, and his dad said he's always been a hitter, a position player.
That's right.
And has always hit all his life, so it's a little odd for him to be only a pitcher. So now he's getting a chance.
Top of the
to
order
DH.
for Moose Jaw is going to start off as the center fielder.
Liam
number 8,
Rosebeck's starting to
Aaron
warm up
Marion.
for the Mavericks, Wayne.
I think that's a
Stretching.
good move. We need. We can't wait any longer here. Ponticelli's been living on the edge for a while.
Guy Lanigan getting one of those superhero jerseys over here, Wayne.
Good for him.
Goes to a great cause. Oh, and a leadoff bunt attempt. Not in time.
Eric Marriott has been on base both times tonight. Walked, stole second and third. Singled his last at bat. Count is 1-1. There's a hard hit ball, but foul down the first base side.
Wayne, and I think for Ponticelli, he was looking for a 1-2-3 here. He wants to work quickly.
He does need a quick inning, or there will be a quick hook coming
Quick
out to
hook.
meet
That's
him.
to be honest. That's sad but true.
Ground ball hit to the second baseman. Radai feels it, fumbles it a little bit, had a hard time getting the grip on it, but gets it over in time for the first out.
With a 4-3 ground out. Brings to the plate the shortstop number 6, Andres Garza.
Garza is 0 for 2, batting .333 on the season. As I had indicated, he did not play last night. Struck out his first at bat. Hit a comebacker to Ponticelli last at bat in the third inning. With one away, Ponticelli didn't attempt the double play, flipped it over to first base, got out of the inning, no harm. There's a hard hit ball out to Tito Jones, under it easily for the catch. Tito Jones didn't
settles
have to
underneath
go
that
far
one
to
in
get
right
that
field,
one.
he's on. Right fielder now.
Good
For
job
Moose
for
Jaw, number 3,
Ponticelli
Michael
coming back
Borst.
this inning. Taylor Wright going down to the bullpen. There's a bunt. Put down.
Nice throw, but not in time.
Not in time. Was that a bunt? I'm sorry.
Bunt, yeah, that's right. A successful bunt for
One single.
friend of the show, Michael
Borst.
Borst.
I like those
Borst on
plays.
with
I
a
like
bunt.
it when players
Brings
do
it
that
over
on
first
their
baseman
own. They
on the
read
clock.
where the
There,
defense is. Klingon Smith was playing back. Puts down the bunt. You're on base. Daryl Dole stepping to the plate. Walked his last at bat. Came around to score on the 3-run home run by Zach Campbell. A pinch hit 3-run home run. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss.
And Wayne, I'm impressed by the way when you take a look at the Express roster, they have a lot of different weapons and they can set up their lineup a lot different just because they have that much depth.
Well, their lineup certainly changed quite a bit tonight from last night. That pitch is fouled straight back. Got a little bit in on the hands. I didn't know Taylor Wright was a pitcher, but he is warming up, pitching in the bullpen now.
Yes, that was Rosebeck initially walking out there, and Rosebeck's hanging around over there, but it is Taylor Wright throwing.
He was doing that last night, Wink.
I did not see
he
that.
was doing that last night just to see what it felt like.
Well, he's got a great arm. I wouldn't doubt if he couldn't pitch. He's got good feet, good arm. There's a good lead off. Hard hit ball up the center. That'll be in for a single. Freddie Walker comes up with it quickly. He makes a throw into third base. Runners on first and second. Miller Express have something going here with 2 away.
The catcher, number 7, Cole Working.
Cole Workin doubled his last at bat. Hit it off the wall in right field. Batting .351 coming into tonight's game. It's 1 for 2. Here's the pitch. Outside. Pitch, high and inside. This is a recipe for disaster right here. 2-0 count.
The Mavericks have to be careful.
Well, 2-0 count. Wharton can be a little fussy here on what he's going to go after. And if it's there, he's going to juice it. Oh, vicious swing. That was his pitch right there. He missed it. He knows it.
Yep, and hitting 344, Wayne, you can tell.
Yep.
You know, it's kind of
You just missed that, baby.
when you look at the stat sheet, sometimes it doesn't tell the story, but you notice that those guys hitting in the 330s, you watch them head up to the plate and the way they swing the ball, they all seem to have real good vision.
That pitch is high. Well, they're not scared to hit behind in the count, so they don't get themselves out. They let the pitcher get them out. They're not going to swing unless it's a pitch that they can drive somewhere. Count is 3-1. 2 away. Here's the pitch.
Heads up down the burn.
Fouls it off to the right side.
And Wayne, a
Pitch on the outer half.
And Wayne, all you need is one here from Ponticelli, and that is crucial. Arguably a turning point in the game could potentially be right here, Wayne.
Yeah, it could be. I agree with you. We need to get this out. I mean, a walk wouldn't hurt us here, but certainly the runners are off. There's a single into left field. Runner on second base. Borst comes around to score. Good at bat by Cole Workin. Starts off with a base hit bunt.
We got a tie game. And now we
4-2.
On a 4-2, yeah. And now we have a or sorry, yes, a 4-2 lead. Sorry, I was reading the wrong stat sheet.
Hero by Nickelback. right?
Rosebeck-
That's Chad Kruger.
Rosebeck warming up as well is right.
Yeah.
So now it did sort itself out. The Mavericks are.
I think Wright might have been down there in case, but Rosebeck is throwing as if he's getting warmed up to come into the game.
We're holding out for a hero by Bonnie Tyler.
And Wayne, he's Rosebeck throws in the 90s was the report given to me. So for him, if he has that control, then the Mavericks can find a way to use him and be successful. I know things in Weyburn didn't work out for the Vail, Arizona native Rosebeck, but for here, there's an opportunity for him, Wayne.
Well, we watched him throw the other night, and we said he reminds us a little bit of Mitch Williams. He can throw hard, and we kind of said looks like a right-handed wild thing, but yes, the key word is if he has his control, he can be effective. Anybody that can throw around 90 and has control, you're going to be effective. Pitch is high. Ponticelli fouls behind again. This is Zach Campbell, who hit a 3-run home run his last at bat.
Keep him in there.
1 for 1 tonight. Runners on first and second. Here's a pitch, ground ball hit to Rodriguez, fields it, flips it over to Ponticelli, a 3-1 put out,
3-1 ground out.
but damage was done.
Two stranded, but they get one run here in the top of the fifth. Looks like
We had
Spider-Man
another
down
little
there.
cut
Spider-Man's holding the flag
inflicted
for our-
upon us.
We did.
Another little
Fleetwood
cut.
really closest to
We're
the
gonna
net.
die by
We
a
got
thousand
there,
cuts.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
So I have Wesley Ball
And we've used a few.
there and his son Iron Man, Iron Man was that little, and they're going to be playing the Cops of Cooley closest to the pin challenge. They have 3 balls here, and they're going to see who can get it closest to Iron Man. They all fly away at this brutal win. I think it's more fun watching you guys just win. So guys, when you're ready, let's see who can get it closest to Iron Man and Spider-Man and look right there.
And Wayne, it's been an interesting game for the Mavericks, but ultimately, heading into this bottom of the 5th inning here, only being down 2, they do have an opportunity to still. This game is still within reach at this point.
Oh, absolutely. The Mavericks, they just have to keep doing what they've been doing. They have to knock Nicolosi out here. Nicolosi's been pitching well. We only have 3 hits.
That Spider-Man needs to enjoy his role.
Miller Express have 5 hits. So we've got to get on Nicolosi our 3rd time around and inflict a few cuts on
A few
him.
cuts of our own. That's right. We'll be back after this.
19 Sobeys Mini Mavericks Cup. They'll receive a Mini Mavericks t-shirt. Access to all regular season games. And remember, if you have
And we're back with Tito Jones leading things off here in the bottom of the 5th, Wayne. And as we mentioned, the Mavericks, we're going to need to play quick baseball in order to compete with Mother Nature. And the game being a little over an hour and a half old, bottom of the 5th inning, they're making Mother Nature. They're competing.
Well, we want to slow it down now. We don't want Mother Nature to come in and rain this out when we're behind. There's a pitch outside to Tito Jones. Tito is 1 for 1. Singled through the left side past the shortstop. His first plate appearance, then stole second, but was stranded. Pitch way inside. Third baseman creeping in case Jones puts down the bunt. Swings away, pops it up to the infield. Shortstop calling for it. Backs up, makes the play. One away. Brings to the plate
center
number
fielder,
9
number
hitter,
7,
Freddie Walker. Walker struck out his first plate appearance.
I've been. I'm definitely cold too.
Yeah, it's cool.
Feeling good. I'm not feeling very good.
Yeah.
Ball's in the dirt here. Ball 1. Oh, wait, I was just saying I'm getting a bit of a cold here. I'm not feeling the best tonight.
Well, I'm still a little hoarse from the other night, talking for 7 hours.
Oh, and a nice hit
Line
there
drive.
by Freddie Walker, and that'll be a base single.
Base hit for Walker. Top of the order now for the Mavericks. Brings to the plate the left fielder, number 30, Austin Soika.
So we'll have a little cat and mouse game here between Nicolosi and Freddie Walker. Freddie Walker likes to steal.
PJ Garcia was the winner of the cat and mouse last night. He did a good job of that.
Yep. Walker has 20 stolen bases this year, 20 for 22. Pitch in there for a called strike. Austin Soika takes the first pitch for a strike. Soika has scored both of the Mavericks runs tonight so far. Leadoff home run, walked his last plate appearance and came around to score. Quick pick over to first base.
It's number 30, not number 20 at bat. It's number 30, Austin Soika. Thanks.
Walker getting his lead at first. Doesn't go. Soika hits it to right field. Freddie Walker is held up at second. Good decision. That ball wasn't hit deep. Right fielder came up throwing hard.
Back-to-back hits for the Mavericks.
Shortstop cut it off. We've got runners on first and second. Nobody away.
One away.
Oh, I'm sorry, one away. Yes. Tito
Bottom of the
Jones
fifth
threw
inning
out.
brought to you by Yerschinkel and Heininger Criminal Defense Lawyers.
Criminal defense lawyers, and
Coach calls timeout.
it's been absolutely criminal what this weather's been tonight, but there's a few loyal stands sticking it in there.
We lucked out so far.
We've done
Again,
pretty well.
we're in the Bermuda Triangle here.
Yeah.
Weather all around us, but nothing happening here. That's good.
Yeah, I tell you, that's the nature of Medicine Hat, folks. If
Yeah.
you're not aware, there's weather watches, weather warnings on a regular basis here, and yet
It's all south of us now.
we are consistently dry in Medicine Hat. We are always begging for rain. And quite often when it does come, it comes down so hard and lasts so short, we don't get much out of it anyway.
No, we don't.
The shortstop, number 5, PJ Garcia.
Number 2 hitter Garcia is 0 for 2 tonight. Lined out to center field his first at bat. Grounded out to second base his last at bat. Garcia is great with the bat. Can put down a base hit bunt. Can hit and run. We got good speed on the bases. This is setting up nicely. Walker getting a good lead. Ball in the dirt.
Nice
Blocked
block
by
by the catcher.
Warkin. You'll see Walker on a lot of those balls. If he reads it in the dirt, he goes.
He goes.
That,
And
was,
I mean,
that
and-
was a
and
good
why
time
not?
he didn't go that
No,
time.
that's a good read. Walker from El Cajon. What part of California is that, Wayne?
SoCal.
SoCal. Oh, and
Line
it's
drive over the first baseman, but foul.
And Wayne, much like Colton Wright, PJ Garcia always seems to have good at bats as well.
Yeah, he's a veteran player. Count is 1-1. Third baseman is backed up right now. Dangerously backed up. Now he's creeping in. Coming in a few more steps. Pitch is blown away. Count is 2-1. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning here, folks. Mavs trailing 4-2. The hits are even at 5 apiece. Mushra has committed the only error of the game.
Nicolosi's pitched with effectiveness.
Pickoff play down at second base. Walker gets back easily. Not a well-timed pickoff play. But those can be effective nevertheless. Keeps Walker one step closer from scoring on a single. Or stealing third base. Gets his lead. Ball fouled into the dugout again by Garcia. First baseman now playing behind Austin Soika at first.
2-2 count here. And
Third baseman is backed up. Garcia is a tough guy to double up. He runs well. Here's a pitch. Foul again down the right field side. So, superhero night here at the park. Lots of fans dressed up in their favorite superhero costumes.
And your superhero that you alluded to earlier, I have no idea who that is. I've been thinking.
Roy Rogers?
I have no idea who that is.
No, you don't know who Roy
Sundance
Rogers
Kid.
is. Well, actually, I like Superman too. There's a single through the right side. Here comes Freddie Walker around the scores. Soika going to third, slides in safe, and Garcia down to second is called out.
They got him.
Run comes in, so a base hit.
That was a bang-bang play at second base. Good strong throw from the right fielder. Good decision by the third baseman to cut it off, go to second base. Garcia trying to turn that
Move Soika over to
single into
third. Go back to
an
him.
opportunity to get to
Second out.
second base, but was thrown out
On
on a 9 to 5
a 9-5-4.
to 4. A single and an RBI
Single
for
and RBI
Garcia.
for Garcia. 2 gone for the Mavericks. Brings to the late. The second baseman, number 9, Nolan Ratai.
Garcia got a little greedy on that. Staying at first base was not a wrong decision. But when you have speed, you like to use it. That pitch in there, curveball for a called strike to Radai. Radai is 1 for 2.
I wonder if he didn't get a good read on that throw going to third. And he just kind of got held up in that zone there.
Well, if you don't get a good read,
Yeah,
then you don't go.
Well, yeah, and then he delayed it.
Yeah, and that delay of a half
was,
a step.
Was enough.
Yep, exactly. Count is 1-1 to Radai, the number 3 hitter for the Mavs. Grounded out on a check swing. There's a curved changeup, misses outside. Catcher turns around, is asking where that pitch was. It did look good from my vantage point, but call the ball. Could have been up.
Could have been
It's hard to see from here whether the pitch is up or down. You can see up from our viewpoint whether it's in or out, but not up or down. Nevertheless, the count is 2-1. Here's the pitch outside, 3-1. Radai, being the smart hitter that he is, will be looking for his pitch. And I'm not sure that Radai doesn't have a pitch that'll be on the plate that he can't hit.
That's what I was
Just a matter
gonna just
of what
follow
he's
that up.
looking for.
Yeah.
Does he want to hit the hole on the right side? Does he want to hit it up the middle, or does he want to pull it? There's a curveball on the inner half, called strike. Good take by Radai.
No, you couldn't hit
that.
that.
Pitch was
No, there's
unhittable. If
nothing
he
you
is
could
going to
do.
hit it, weak ground ball
Weak
to
ground
third
ball,
base.
so you're none the wiser.
So we have Soika at third base, 2 away. He'll be the tying run. Here's his changeup. Red Eye waits back
Heads up.
on it, fouls it into the right field stands, about 3 rows up.
We had a fan hit by a pitch last night, Wayne, and
We did, yeah.
we did. She was okay, but bonked her on the head, and
In baseball, you got to stay awake. You got to watch the game.
I remember
It's a
asking-
game where
yeah.
you can lull yourself to sleep on and then get woken up very rudely.
abruptly.
A ball in the dirt. Good take by Red Eye. Good at bat.
Red Eye draws the walk. Brings the plate the first baseman, number 20.
And some guys in hoodies warming up in the bullpen for.
Well, I'm gonna do a temperature check right
Yeah,
now.
I'm freezing. I'm freezing up here, Wayne.
You're
so.
freezing. You freeze chicken. Come on. You're a Canadian. How can you be cold in July?
I know it's terrible. Like I said, I'm coming down with something. It's been a long few days, but nonetheless, I'm. The Mavericks win, all is well.
It's 19 degrees out. That's just about 68 degrees.
Maybe I'm a California native at heart.
The real field low is 16, which means that
I believe it was you last night who made the comment about you wishing you were in strike one
Oklahoma-
called Oklahoma. So am I allowed to say I want to be in California?
You can say that
Okay.
for sure. Pitch in there for a called strike on Rodriguez. Runners on first and third. Red Eye at first, Soika at third. Red Eye has 5 stolen bases this year. Rodriguez, the cleanup hitter, up with 2 out. There's a curveball, just misses. Nicolosi asking the umpire, where is that pitch?
Replied, it's in your glove.
Count is 1-1. Did you see him gesturing?
He
he
looked
went-
like he was talking about something.
Well,
there.
he went like this. He opened his hands. He said,
Yeah.
where is that? There's a ball hit into right center. That's going to get down. That's going to score the tying run.
Again.
Good at bat by Rodriguez. Red Eye gets to third base. Another RBI.
RBI
for Sal
single
Rodriguez. Beauty.
Rodriguez.
And Wayne, I've loved what the Mavericks have done this inning in terms of chipping away, chipping back at it. Good at bats, passing the baton. You see Red Eye obviously having that good at bat leads to the tying run.
Yeah, that's a perfect description. Just chipping away at it this inning.
And that'll be it for the Sterling, Connecticut native Jeff Nicolosi. And I'm not surprised to see a pitching change here. Neither pitcher has been overly exceptional tonight on both sides, but
No, that's right. And that walk probably set up
Lights.
I'm going to come and get you if you don't get the next guy out. And he didn't get the next guy out, so I'm coming to get you from the coach. We look back now on Garcia's base running error there, and
See the pitcher? New pitcher?
so to me, if we look back on Garcia trying to go to second base, he would have scored now. We'd be leading this game. There'd only be 1 out.
that's right, Wayne. But as the saying goes, hindsight is.
That's true. That's true.
22.
So a new pitcher in for Moose Jaw, number 22.
Reese.
Reese Helen from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, local boy. Mom and Dad, if you're watching back home, this is a great opportunity to watch your son.
Reese Helland is a freshman, Wayne. The 6
Weaver
feet,
changes
190
pitching,
pound
brought by Mr.
right-hander
Lou.
goes to
Now on the mound for the
Monterey,
Moose Jaw Miller Express.
Let me try this again. Monterey
Right-handed
Peninsula
reliever from
College.
Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, number 22, Reese Helen.
A young pitcher, only 18 years old, or just turned 19 rather.
Great opportunity for him to get some experience here, especially as a freshman. Play in the summer, get a few innings under your belt, get to throw lots,
Live at home.
live at home. Yes, Mama's cooking. This is his 10th appearance. He's pitched 14 and 1/3 innings so far. Walked 13, struck out 15. Has a 2.51 ERA. So obviously he's got some potential to him.
I mean, as a
big
new,
strong boy.
and you're gonna say he's a big body. He's a good-sized guy. Not overly towering, but just a good sized pitcher, good sized baseball player. Wayne, when you're 18, 19 years old, what is a common theme? What is the most common mistake, common theme you see with young pitchers that are 18, 19 years old?
Just overthrowing, I would say. As a pitcher, you know, you might have a good fastball when you're 12, 13, 14, and you can get by on your fastball. And you may not have developed your secondary pitches enough. So what do you rely on? You rely on your fastball, and now as the hitters are getting better, you think you have to throw harder. There's a pitch on the outside corner called strike. And consequently, sometimes you overthrow. And you become a thrower rather than a pitcher. So runners on the corner, Rodriguez on first, Radai on third, 2 away. The Mavericks have scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 5th, tied the game. That pitches up to Colton Wright. Wright has hit the ball hard both times tonight, lined out to second base.
And was a victim
put
of a...
the right fielder back to the warning track his last at bat. Two good at bats.
2 good at bats.
But 0 for 2.
Sometimes stats don't always tell the story, Wayne.
There's a little nubber at the first baseman. Fields it cleanly over to first. Wright hustling down the line in time for the 3rd out.
Wright goes down on a 1-3 ground out, but the Mavericks have tied this game up here after 5 complete. It's a 4-4 game.
And Wayne Reese-Helen comes in, and I guess he does the job there. He throws a pitch that puts the ball in play. Wright wasn't happy with that one. Wright's not going to be happy with himself on that one, I don't think, from knowing Colton. He's going to want that one back. But on the flip side, Helen throws a pitch that he wants, and that's what you do when you put a pitcher in with 2 outs, Wayne. Your expectation is get this next batter out right here.
Exactly, and Colton wouldn't be happy at any time when he goes out.
There's something to be said about that.
Taylor Wright coming in, guys.
Not surprised.
He's a perfectionist. And
Taylor
good on him.
For pitching.
And Wayne, an interesting scenario here. Taylor Wright, yes, that is right. You did hear North Vancouver, generally 3rd baseman Taylor Wright, is coming in to pitch, Wayne.
Well, good on him. And I'm just watching him throw right now, and he's got a good fastball, and that ball is moving. He's got a natural sink to his pitches.
Mr. Lube. Now pitching for the Medicine Hat Mavericks, right-handed reliever from Vancouver, BC. Number 31, Taylor Wright.
Right, that's the bottom of the 6. Just never mind, ignore me.
Top of the 6th inning brought to you by Southland Charters, the official charter of the Mavericks. Southland Transportation, dedicated to getting groups of all sizes.
Blake Gallagher, Tucker Zudinich, and Tyler Likely, 7, 8, 9 hitters up for the Moose Jaw Miller Express. Facing Taylor Wright.
And fans, come on down to the 50-50 ticket and to the championship table down there. Buy some 50-50 tickets and 3 tickets of the championship table. Get a baseball rose. Keep the rose handy and use it to get out of the doghouse. Oh. I just read what I have here. Only $30. That's the cheap price. 3 tickets. 3 tickets. Starting it off before Moose Jaw.
Oh, this will be interesting. Let's see what Taylor Wright can do. We've seen him play an excellent third base. He's a 300 hitter.
But now let's see if he can pitch.
I would just about put him in and take the DH out. There's a ground ball hit back up the middle. Radai backhands it over to first base. Great play by Radai. Hard hit ball.
Radai showing his range on second base.
Radai's having a really good game tonight, Wayne. What else can you say? Just a really good game.
That was not an easy play, and he made it look easy. First of all, I was surprised that any ground ball gets by Taylor Wright.
16.
Yeah. Tucker Zudinich is in. Yeah, left field.
Tucker Zudinich playing left field. This is his first plate appearance.
After Oreshchuk was left the game through his own choices. And
yeah, the umpire gave him the heave hole.
And Wayne, isn't this saying that that's a battle you'll never win?
No. That was a questionable call, what happened there, but good on Nolan Radai to let the ball drop. in front of him and turn a double play. Orenchuk was the runner at first base.
Nice pitch
Disputed
there
the
from
call
Taylor, right?
with the umpire and got tossed. Yes, the count is 2-1.
But I see they have Rosebeck throwing in there pretty hard, Wayne. They're ready. I think. How long is the expectation here for Wright to stay in?
Called strike.
Pitches like
Umpire
that.
was going to ring him up, but it was only 2 strikes. He was going to pull the ripcord on him.
Dance there.
He's going to pull the ripcord. A little too soon.
Now he got him. Right here.
Here's a pitch. Hard hit ball into left center. It's going to get by Freddie Walker. Oh, he did cut it off, but Zdunek is into second base. Stand up double. Your question was what's the expectation here? I would say 1 inning. Right, we haven't seen him pitch since he's come here, and I would say they're going to give him an inning. You don't want his arm to get sore in case you need to play him at third base.
Just some chance to come in and get some experience. You
Well-
never know when you're going to need them. You never know when a
Exactly.
situation can happen.
That's a
You have an
Great
injury to
point.
Flynn Ridley and Garrett Nicholson, and you've played another 3 nights, 3 games, and you need him to go in, then I think this is where it won't be quite so difficult.
number 9 hitter. Corners are playing in. There's a fastball in there for a strike.
He has a nice fastball, Wayne, as you alluded to.
Well, he's got a good arm. He plays third base, and we've seen him make some great plays over there and then air it out going to first base. So
And he checks in at 6'4", 195, Wayne, so he's a very tall pitcher, so he has a lot of range.
Throwing 85.
I was just going to say, I'm thinking he's going to throw mid to upper 80s easily.
And there's guy who does all the other stuff in behind Cam says 85, Wayne.
And that's an easy 85. He's not exerting himself. I don't even think he's letting it loose. So that was a curveball in there. So he's got a fastball and a curveball. Count as 1-1. Here's the pitch. Fastball. Backhanded by Colton Wright. So it's a right-to-right battery here.
Huns, get him going.
Let's get it right, boys. The Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers. The Wright brothers in work.
What are the Wright brothers famous for? Come on, let's get this.
Airplanes.
Should I know
Ryder,
this
yes, you should know this. This is history.
Airplanes.
one? I want to know
Who
what
were the
kind of
first
history-
people who flew an
The
airplane?
curriculum,
The Wright
curriculum
brothers.
has changed.
The Wright brothers.
I know lots about.
The curriculum has changed, but history hasn't. Come on, Ryder.
I don't watch the documentary channel at home too
Curriculum
much.
and
I don't
history
watch
aren't the
ABC.
same. Count is 3-1, folks.
Guy
Let's
tells
get
me
back to the
airplanes.
game.
It is.
Yeah, they were the first guys to
Building.
fly an airplane. They built an airplane and flew it about 30 feet in the air.
For about 12 seconds.
Ground ball hit to Rodriguez, gets over there to cover. Taylor, right, shakes him,
3-1 ground out.
gives his head a shake, thinking that he didn't get over there in time, and he didn't. But with his speed, he was able to recoup himself.
3-1 ground out. 2 gone out.
Runner advances to third on the 3-1 putout.
And Wayne Wright has such amazing footwork there. There was no issues with that. He's so agile and so quick.
Well, he hesitated. He forgot to cover first on a ground ball, but then caught himself. I'm not sure whether Colton yelled at him from home plate to get over there, and then he got over there in time. Pitch on the outside corner, called strike.
I'd be very curious to know if his mom is listening and let us know if he was did any sort of track and field, Wayne. I'd be very curious. He strikes me as somebody who runs very quick.
Well, I'd like to know whether he's pitched in his career. So, Mrs. Wright from Vancouver,
North Vancouver.
if you're watching,
Let us know.
let us know what his pitching background is. We don't have any stats on his pitching background. But he's an athlete. He looks like one of those guys that could play a lot of sports, and in baseball, play a lot of positions. Count is 1-2.
And he's got me beat, Wayne, in every facet of the word. Very much a one-sport athlete. And questionably a zero-sport athlete at this point.
Leadoff hitter Eric Marriott up there. Call
He got
strike
him.
3 on the inside corner. Good fastball.
He's right
And Wayne, a nice inning for Taylor Wright, I think.
Good
That'll
inning,
work. That was an
yes.
effective coaching decision by pitching coach Lipke. Something's going on in the crowd there, but
Well, they're yelling at the batter who got called out.
Hey,
He's
Matt,
arguing a little bit,
tonight
so
is
they're
Super
saying
Hero
throw him
Night,
out.
so we've got those special contests, those jerseys, and we're raising money for the Alberta Children's Hospital. Go visit the hashtag Dominance Strong Extra Life team on the concourse, and you can donate.
I like that
directly or
inning
find out
by
how you can
Taylor
get
Wright.
involved
I
in
did too.
playing
I'm very
games.
pleased with that. I think he
And
came
the
in and
old
did his
kids,
job
and
and
don't forget those
came in, got out, no
special
runs surrendered, and the
Super
game
Hero
moves on.
jerseys still on sale in the souvenir
Well, and
shop there.
he never was behind in the count, which I like.
Yep.
Yes, he did give up the double, but you know what? You're going to throw strikes. You're going to get hit
Yeah, you're
sometimes.
gonna get hit sometimes. That's
Call
right.
That's what you
for
wanna do.
50-50
You want them
tickets.
to hit the
Last
ball.
call for the 50-50.
So we have Klingon Smith, Cooper, and Tito Jones, the scheduled hitters.
We'll see who comes out.
I see Klingon Smith, and I see Cooper with a bat in his hands. I'm not sure whether Hunter bunts at all, but if Klingon Smith gets on, they might want to play a little bit of small ball here and have him bunt. So we're in the bottom of the 6th inning. Tie game. Mavericks out hitting the Miller Express 8-7. Only one error in the game by Moose Jaw.
So when I've just did a little research in our promotions, excellent ball player himself, Will Sharp writes in that the school that he goes to, Monterey Peninsula, California, is where Reese Helen attends school.
Okay, that's good to know.
Thank you, Will. Will could be a suspect in the Medicine Hat baseball games 2019 as well, Wayne.
I took one
No,
more.
same guy as
Reese
last.
Helen still.
Reese Helen pitching.
Yeah, number 22.
Colin Klingon Smith leading off. Oh, pitch right over his head. Gets away from Helen. Helen is 1 for 2. Had a single his last at bat. Lined out to the center field his first at bat, or the right field his first at bat. There's a called strike in the corner. Evens the count. Third baseman playing a couple of steps behind the bag at third. Now moving up even with the line. Foul back by Klingon Smith. Count is 1-2. We have action in the Mavericks bullpen and in the Moose Jaw Miller bullpen. Here's a pitch, swung on,
Heads up
foul
down,
off
there,
the
guys.
left side.
We're gonna do that tonight.
Right, Klingon Smith, I've just been very, we've talked about it already tonight, but I'm just happy to see him start to have that success.
He sprays the ball all over. He and
Is
Russell
effective.
Strilchuk, great spray
12
hitters.
and 29
Both
were-
good left-handed hitters. Pitch is high, evens the count.
And it's been brought to my attention through Taylor and Colton Wright's coaches that Taylor pitched at Colorado Northwestern Junior College.
Okay,
A little
good
bit.
to know. All right.
This former coach writes in.
It didn't look like it was his first appearance on the mound.
10-4.
No, it looked pretty good.
Ball in the dirt.
Whereas if
To
I
the
were,
backstop,
where,
full
yeah, where,
count.
no kidding.
No, he looks like I liked his sinker. He's got a natural sink to his ball. It moves. And then I saw him throw some good curveballs there. So. Here's the pitch, fouled by Klingon Smith. Good at bat by Colin, falling off a couple of pitches.
Up to 7 pitches. And the magic number.
Yeah. This is a quality at bat, especially for a leadoff hitter. Let's get yourself on base here, Colin. Take the walk, or let's see you get a single. Here's a pitch, fouls it off again. Helen staying on the outside part of
Yeah,
the
last
plate.
call, 50-50 tickets, last
And
call.
Klingensmith
Get your 50-50.
content just to foul those pitches off.
Table, get a ticket there too.
He's going to wait for a better pitch. Hopefully Helen will make a mistake. More on the inner half. Catcher Warkin sets up outside again. The pitch is there, but it comes down the middle. And Klingensmith waited Helen out. Waited for Helen to throw a pitch down the middle, and he did.
Leadoff hit there by
Klingensmith was waiting for it.
Brings to the plate the designated hitter
Good
number
at bat
34,
by Colin
Hunter
Klingensmith.
Cooper.
That bat impressed me.
Yeah, it sounded like it.
A really nice at bat.
Wow.
Just hitting the ball while he's hitting it hard.
Well, the catcher was setting up outside, and he fouled off 2 pitches in a row that were on the outer half. And then the catcher set up Warkin set up again outside, but that pitch came right down the middle, and Klingensmith jumped all over it. Klingensmith has a good lead at first base. Hunter Cooper at the plate. Takes a pitch high. Cooper is 0 for 2. Grounded to second and grounded to short. Klingensmith has 6 stolen bases on the year. Has been caught twice. Count is 1-0. Klingensmith gets a secondary lead. Hunter Cooper turns around. Squares around the bunt. We just talked about that.
We just talked about that option.
Can he bunt? Can he hit and run? Signals from Coach Vasella. I'm thinking they're going to be bunting here. Count is 2-0. Maybe not on 2-0. You might swing away. There's a hit and run was on. Cooper fouls it back. 2-1. You can do the hit and run on 2-1 just as you can do it on 2-0. Again, the advantage of doing the hit and run here is that you know the pitcher is going to come in, doesn't want to go to 3-1, and if he throws an off speed, your runner has a chance to steal the base. Not going, pitch is high.
If Cooper is able to draw a walk your way, that's a good at bat.
It will be. If he can advance the runner, it'll be a good at bat.
You looking
Big hole on the right side.
Is he swinging on this one, Wayne, or is he going to take a first strike?
No, he's swinging. If it's in there, he's swinging. Klingensmith off, called strike on the outside corner. Good take by Hunter Cooper. That's a pitch that you can't do anything with. With the first baseman holding the runner on, he's looking for a pitch middle in that he can pull through the hole on the right side, but Klingensmith just flat out steals second base. Runner on second, full count. Here's a payoff pitch to Cooper. Hits it right back up the middle. Great play by the shortstop. Gets up, throws over to first. Cooper is robbed by the shortstop on that fantastic play. My, oh my. What a play by Andres Garza. Saves a run right there.
Absolutely, Wayne. He kept this game tied.
A good hit, but a great play there by the shortstop on a 6-3 ground out.
When those ones hurt, Wayne, we've seen what that
Mavericks.
gravel can do to you when you side like that. They sacrifice there. They put the body on the line to make the play.
Yep. Now they're bringing the infield in. They don't want the go-ahead run to score. So Tito Jones has a couple of options here. Number one, get the ball in the air. The right fielder's playing very deep. Or you can put down a bunt. First pitch. Ooh. Umpire flinched on it.
I don't know what he called. I missed that.
Well, it's
He
ball
flinched.
one. Yeah, he it looked like he came up with his right arm and then stopped. Ended up calling it a ball. Klingensmith at third base. Good speed. There's a pitch in for a called strike. Count is 1-1.
And Helen takes his time a little bit more than other pitchers.
Well, right now, I like the fact that that first pitch could have been a strike, and Helen just ignored it. It was called a ball. Didn't let it phase him. Good maturity for a young man out there. That pitch, curveball in the dirt.
Mom and
block
Dad doing
by
a good
Warkin.
job.
Yep. Count is 2-1. This is in Tito Jones's favor here. Center fielder is playing shallow, so is the left fielder. Any ball hit to their right or left, Klingon-Smith will tag and score. If it's hit right at him, he'll have to read it and probably hold. So that's the general rule of thumb for a runner at third base. If the ball is hit right at the outfielder, you're going to tag and draw the throw, depending on their arm. If it's hit to their left or right and they have to go over and catch it, you're going to tag and score because they'll never throw you out if they're moving left or right. Count is 2-2. There's a fly ball into center field. The center fielder coming in hard, makes the play. Klingon-Smith tags and scores on the sac fly. Good read by Klingon-Smith. They appeal at third base. The umpire calls them safe.
Scores the go-ahead run here, and 2 gone for
Great job by
the
Tito
Mavericks.
Jones.
Brings to the plate. That's center fielder number 7, Freddie Walker.
What do you think? Wasn't sure what you thought. We can turn on the heat. We can do the Guy Lanigan.
okay.
We can do the Guy Lanigan windows down, heat on.
Well, I gotta hear myself.
What's
I gotta hear myself. I don't know how loud I am, the music or whatever.
Good piece of hitting by Tito Jones.
Yep,
Get the
that'll work.
ball up in the air. That's all you want to do is get it up in the air, get it to the outfield. And again, the center fielder came in, but had to come a long way to come in. Had to go to his right. When you're coming that hard, it's tough to get yourself under control and make a good throw, and he didn't make a good throw, so Klingon-Smith in to score. Good piece of base running, good piece of hitting.
1 out, then it's home team home run. 1 out, and home team home run.
Yep, okay.
So the Mavericks take the lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Freddie Walker at the plate. Freddie Walker singled his last at bat, is 1 for 2.
Finds himself down 0 in the count early though here for.
Here's the pitch. Swung at, grounded to the shortstop, coming in. Tough play right underneath his glove. Freddie Walker on.
We marked that one as Wayne.
Hit single?
That was a tough play.
That was a
you
tough
know, with
play.
Freddie
With
Walker's
speed, I think he beats it out.
yeah, I think he beats it out.
Couldn't hit.
I mean, he had to feel that cleanly and make a perfect throw. So it was
2 gone
not,
for the Mavericks. Still brings
not
the
an
lead.
average
Left fielder
play.
number 30, Austin
so a,
Soika.
a single for Freddie Walker. I don't expect him to stay at first base very longer, especially with 2 away and Soika, the leadoff hitter, up. I think he'll be going fairly quick. Vicious swing by Soika. Soika is 2 for 2 with 3 runs scored, home run, a walk, and a single. He has 3 of the Mavericks' 5 runs. Walker getting a good lead at first. Takes a secondary, pitches inside, 1-1.
And a good take there by Soika.
Yeah, I think Walker will be going on this pitch. You got nothing to lose here because if you go out, you get your leadoff hitter. There's Walker going down there easily, stolen base. Thank you, Freddie. You're making me look good up here.
He's that golden sombrero, Wayne, is slowly going away from you. You've earned it.
Oh, that to me was a no-brainer.
No.
So runner in scoring position.
One
Big
RBI
big
today
hole
for
between
Soika
first
already.
and second. Yeah, Soika's had a good game. That home run, RBI. Plus he had a stolen base. He stole third and then scored
Then
on
scored
the
on
air.
the air.
So had a great night so far tonight, Soika. Count is 3-1. He'll be looking for something juicy right here. Give me the old balloon. Oh, vicious swing. Looked like an off-speed pitch by Helland. Reese Helen. That's a great call. Hitter is looking fastball, and you throw an off-speed pitch on a 3-1 count. Great call, great pitch. As I said, big hole on the right side, but Soika's looking to hit it hard somewhere. He wants to get barrel out front. Oh, time called at the last second.
You mentioned that's dangerous for a pitcher, Wayne. That could hurt a pitcher, you said.
Well, you know, the pitcher coming down, you can easily sprain your ankle on that because you're trying to stop. And if you're already in the motion, your arm speed is coming, and now you got to put the brakes on your arm, which can really damage your arm. Here's a full count pitch, foul back. Good battle going on here between pitcher and hitter. And of course, the catcher is involved in that battle as well. It's the catcher's job and the coach's job to try to outsmart the hitter. And then it's up to the job of the pitcher to execute. Here's the pitch. Curveball, ball 4. Good at bat by Soika.
Reese Helen having some difficulty here, Wayne.
Well, that was a tough battle. Soika battled him all the way.
And as you know, he would.
Yep.
The shortstop number 5.
I'm surprised they
PJ
threw him
Garcia.
an off-speed pitch
I
on
am
the
as
full
well.
count, but on the other hand, Soika's been beating up on baseballs lately, so you don't want to give him a fastball, but on the other hand, you don't want to get beat with your second best pitch. Good speed on the bases. A guy who can handle a bat exceptionally well, PJ Garcia at the plate. Freddie Walker at second with blazing speed. Soika at first with very good speed. 2 away. Let's add on to it. There's a ball fouled back by Garcia. Garcia from Mesa, Arizona, batting .344 on the season.
Bailey's on the ice.
Big part of our order coming up here.
It is. It's not going to get any easier for Helland here.
2, 3, and 4. Here's a pitch. The base runners are stealing.
it gets
Walker
away.
gets a great jump. Soika comes around from first to third. Another error on the catcher. Speed will kill you.
Hit him home. Just hit him. Don't get him home. Just hit home. Yeah. Just
Stolen base by Soika and Freddie Walker. A double steal.
that's fine.
And Soika goes to third base on the throwing error by the catcher. That's what we needed. Insurance runs. Here's the ball hit to the second baseman. Get over there quickly. Makes the throw to first base just in time. Garcia hustling down the line.
Mavericks take the lead here.
But
Again,
the third out is
6-4.
made.
Here in the bottom of the 6th, looks like we got some action out at first base there. It's the home team home run challenge. Who do we got for contestants there, Janessa?
So I'm out here with Batman and Spider-Man, and they were going to be playing the home run challenge. They have 3 balls that they're going to try to see if they can get out to the here. We're going to see
And
who
was
can
that
hit
6-4?
the furthest. Okay guys,
4-3?
when you're ready.
But I haven't advanced. Okay, so this, yeah, so I don't know why it's
Come on,
not.
Batman, Spider-Man, who's going to go first? There you go, Batman.
Okay, fire away.
Spider-Man,
It's been
So 2 runs on 2 hits for the Mavs in the bottom of the 6th,
And Sean Vanderspoon
with 1 runner left on base.
at Royal LePage Community Realty.
We have a new pitcher into the game for the Medicine Hat Mavericks.
Pitching change, pitching number 12.
Wayne,
We
as
have
we
Liam
suspected, Liam
Rosebeck.
Rosebeck comes in, and I think the
Number
expectation
6
here, Wayne,
on
is
Garza.
they're going to want Rosebeck to go a few innings here.
I would expect so. And we kind of thought Taylor Wright would only go 1 inning.
As he should.
Yeah, let's get him out there, see what he can do. And we don't want to burn up his arm either, so. Here's a pitch, ground ball hit to Klingensmith at third, easily over to first base. Has a great arm. 5-3.
Now pitching for the Medicine Hat Mavericks. Right-handed reliever number 12, Liam Rosebeck.
Michael Borst coming to the plate is 1 for 3 with a stolen base. Put down a great base hit bunt.
Number 3,
His
Michael
last at bat.
Borst.
Slider misses low and away. Top of the 7th inning, Rosebeck from Vail, Arizona, 5'10", 170 pounder. Throws the ball hard. Fastball misses high. Count is 2-0. He's got great arm speed. If you see how fast his arm is, right there, boom, just like
that, Wayne.
it's like a slingshot.
And he's
You
not a
can-
very
you-
big
you
guy,
can-
and he's not a very big guy either.
Well, you can get speed 2 ways. One is the tall guys are using leverage with their arms and their lower body, and the shorter guys use a lot of legs, but Rosebeck has got great arm speed. There's a pitch high and inside. Count is 3-1. On Michael Borst. Here's a 3-1 pitch. Fouled off. Kind of a check swing there. Borst.
He was unsure. Borst was unsure. And
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
And does that come from him being kind of unsure of how the release point goes off of Rosebeck's pitch because he just throws it so fast? Did he misread it?
I'm not so sure it'd be that. In fact, he asked the umpire if that was a strike after it was fouled. I think he misread it. He didn't know whether it was a strike or not, so he said, was that a strike? And the umpire said, yes, it was. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. Borst has a few words for the umpire, but he's rung up for the second out.
First baseman number 12, Darryl Ball.
Good comeback from a 3-1 count by Rosebeck.
Forrest thought that was low.
Yeah, but you
Borst
know,
didn't think it was
It was
low.
a pretty good pitch right down the heart, I thought.
well, it was on the outer half of the plate, but Borst shouldn't argue because the pitch before, he shouldn't have swung at it. It was high and inside.
It was high and inside.
And he put himself into a full count, and now you leave it up for the umpire. And you don't want to leave it up to the umpire. Here's a pitch, swinging, fly ball to Klingensmith, underneath it in foul territory, makes the catch. Good inning for Rosebeck.
Very quick. 1, 2, 3.
Bouchard goes in order here. 3 up, 3 down. That's the top of the 7th. You know what that means, folks?
And Wayne,
Is this
Rosebeck
kind of
looking to
insane?
make an impact, and he does that there.
He does.
For superhero night, top of this, we're in the 7th inning stretch here. Everybody stand up.
Sing along,
Stretch
folks.
those legs,
Take
sing
me out
along.
to the ball game. We'll be back after this.
Okay.
pitching change for Moose Jaw. Lyndon Zimmer into pitch. Right-hander. This is his second appearance. He's pitched 3 2/3 innings in his first appearance. Walked 2, struck out 3, has an ERA of 2.45.
And also go to your Remember When Toys
From
Candy
Inglis,
Store.
Manitoba.
Looking for number 22 Nathan Stark, and if you have that signature, you won a $20 gift certificate and a 10% off your first purchase at Remember When Toys Candy and More. Again, take a look at those two ads. Taylor Wright in the top of time ad and number 22 Nathan Stark in the Remember When Toys.
We have Nolan Radeye, Sal Rodriguez, and Colton Wright coming up. 3, 4, and 5 hitters for the Mavs.
A good part of the order.
Good. Our order right now is pretty good, 1 through 9.
It doesn't
It's
really
always
matter.
a good part of the order
Really
right
is.
now.
It's, you know, you never think about it, right, Wayne, when you just see them going up. You always just think about the next 3 hitters. But no, when you take a look at 1 through 9, and even with Strelchuk not in the lineup, so you look, they have 10 real solid, or even Taylor Wright even not in tonight too. So you have 11 really good hitters.
Yeah.
You have 11 guys that can hit the ball.
And Cameron Pope, and you know, we've got a good team. We've got a very good team.
I feel this is a group that can be capable of success.
Well,
I really do.
And our record is indicating that. What are we, 12-3 in the last 15 games? I think that's what we are. So we're humming. Nolan Radeye leading it off. Third baseman creeping in a little bit. Radeye not scared to put down the bunt, but flies this high into center field. Center fielder comes in, makes the easy catch. Out number 1. Swings on the first pitch.
First baseman number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
Sal is 1 for 3, singled his last at bat. Hit the ball hard to the right side.
Okay, I'm just double checking. 6-3-7-9, right? 50-50. 6-3-7-9.
Yep.
Here's a pitch, low. Ball 1. Right fielder plays quite deep tonight. Left fielder and center fielders are not that deep. There's a pitch low and away.
You have to
Ball
get out your
2.
50-50 tickets. We'll make that draw shortly here. 50-50 coming up shortly.
We'll have trivia question number 2 coming up shortly.
As mentioned, Lyndon Zimmer checks in. He goes to Major Pratt High School. I'm not too familiar with that spot, Wayne, I'll be honest, but
Oh, it's a high school in Manitoba, I guess.
I guess so.
He's English Manitoba.
I guess it's a high school in Manitoba.
Oh, a check swing by Sal, but swing nevertheless evens the count at 2-2.
It's a tough one to lay off.
A tough one to lay off, indeed.
You got lucky.
Very lucky, indeed. Full count now for Sal Rodriguez.
Pitch on the outer half, rolls over on it to the third baseman in time at first base. Good pitch by Lyndon Zimmer. Fastball on the outer part of the plate, low and away. Rodriguez has to protect, rolls over on it, grounds out to the third baseman. 2 away. Good job by Zimmer so far.
Taps the catcher as he likes to usually do.
Colton does,
Something that
yeah.
you love.
Yeah, I love the sportsmanship by Colton Wright. Classic play by a class player. Colton Wright has been robbed a couple of times tonight. Lined out to the second baseman and hit a ball that the right fielder had to go back, crash into the wall, but held on for the catch. And then hit a tapper back to the pitcher his last at bat. So he's 0 for 3, looking to break that streak. There it is, a single into right field. Attaboy, Colton.
Gotta work, Wayne.
Two outs
Boy,
single
ever since he's
for
been
right.
looking to go middle
Brings
away,
to the plate, the third baseman, number
That's
10,
where-
Colin
yeah.
Klingensmith.
he's on a roll. Attaboy, Colton. Keep it going, Colin. Colin is 2 for 3, 2 singles, a stolen base, scored a run, and he lined out to the right fielder. His first at bat could easily be 3 for 3 tonight. Pitch inside. He was a player of the game last night, was he?
He was the player of the game last night, deservingly so.
Well, and like I said, he hit that line drive in his first at bat to the right fielder. He could easily be 3 for 3. Pitch high, count is 2-0. 2 away.
No pitchers warming up for.
Let's see if we can do a little damage here with 2 away. Start a rally. Colton has started it for us. Let's see if we can keep it going. Pitch in there for a called strike.
Hey fans, here's that winning 50-50 ticket number for the amount of $529. Ticket number 6379. 6379 if you have the winning ticket to the ticket office now.
2-1 pitch on its way. Oh, line drive. It's fair ball off the first baseman's glove. Colton Wright coming around the corner, but is held up at third. Klingensmith in with a double, stand-up double. He tattooed that ball.
He can't be stopped right now, that's for sure. Another good
Wow.
hit from Colin Klingensmith.
That was a beauty. First baseman put out his glove, and it was by him, but it ticked his glove on the way. Umpire
A double for
saw that,
Klingensmith
called
brings
it
to the
right
plate the
away.
designated
Fair
hitter,
ball.
number 34, Hunter Cooper.
Klingensmith gets that up in the air. It's about 50 feet over the right field fence.
Yeah.
He scorched that ball. Runners on second and third. DH Hunter Cooper up. Cooper is 0 for 3. Was robbed by the shortstop his last at bat on a ball hit up the middle. Has pitched mainly this year for the Mavs, but has also been a hitter all his life. His parents are in from Anaheim, California. Runners at second and third. Here's the pitch outside. Count is 2-0. That pitch had movement on it.
It did.
It's got a little natural movement or a little natural tail on his pitch, Zimmer. Catcher sets up outside. Pitch is low and in the dirt. Ball 3.
The Mavericks can load the bases here.
On deck is Tito Jones. Tito Jones is 1 for 2. Had a single his first at bat, a sac fly last inning. Here's the pitch outside, ball 4. I think they should put in a pinch runner right now.
I agree.
I would put in Strelchuk or Pope or somebody who can run a little bit faster.
Looks like they're going to elect to leave him in, though.
Well, and you know, to tell you the truth, I don't know Hunter Cooper's speed,
I don't either.
but I know he got hit on the foot the other night.
And you got to take that factor into consideration. No, you
You
do.
know,
Right fielder,
he's pitched
number
since, so
11,
obviously his foot is okay, but
Jones.
we've got a chance to put this game out of reach right here. Bases are loaded. 2 away. Good lead at first base by Cooper. Good lead at second base by Klingensmith. Colton Wright has a good lead at third base. That pitch is in for a called strike.
And Zimmer's had a little bit of trouble here, Wayne.
Well, you know, he's been sailing along, but Colton started off with a single, then that double, and now a walk, and then the bases are juiced. It can happen that quickly.
It can slip away on you in the snap of fingers.
I like his pitches though. He's got a natural tail motion on his fastball. It moves a lot. Count is 1-1. Here's the pitch, way outside. Count is
Nice grab by the
2-1.
catcher. Nice grab by the catcher to.
Yeah, Warkin did a good job there. I'm watching Soika or Clayton Smith at second base, and a couple pitches ago he was indicating to Tito Jones' location because the catcher was setting up outside. There's a pitch down the middle. Tito Jones swings and misses. Vicious cut. Count is 2-2. Hit it on the ground, Tito. Put pressure on the defense because you can run. Pitch way away. Gets away from the catcher, and Colton Wright comes in to score.
Well, a pitch or a fastball?
He should have had it.
I thought so.
Yeah, I would say it's a wild pitch, but I was just mentioning before how much Zimmer's pitch moves.
Yeah. Well,
But you know the catcher has to take that into account. He's got to catch that ball. So pass ball.
And when the Mavericks get there, they extend that lead a little bit more.
Well, Colton Wright starts the rally, comes around to score. Here's a payoff pitch. Tito Jones walks. Base is loaded again. That should be it for him, I would think. When you've given up 2 hits in a row and 2 walks in
Seventh
a
inning
row.
brought to you by Canadian Western Bank. Canadian Western Bank
I think
offers
so,
competitive rates and exceptional service you won't
Coach
find anywhere
Sorensen, a
else.
really good coach in
Visit
this
our
league.
branch
I've had a few
on 13th
conversations
Avenue,
with him, was
or
talking with him today. A good coach, Wayne.
Yeah, very good. And to be honest, the pitcher just went down there to start throwing, so he's not warm enough to come in anyway. We got the number 9 hitter, Freddie Walker, up, who's 2 for 3
The
tonight.
center fielder number 7, Freddie Walker.
Walker's got speed, 2 for 3 with 2 stolen bases. We've got great speed on the base paths. Pitch is high. Clayton Smith at third. Well, we've got speed on the corners for sure. I'm not sure about Hunter Cooper at second, but well, let's just say we've got speed on the base paths. It averages out.
It averages out.
Yeah.
Good way to put it.
With
That's some
runners,
good math.
good speed
That's
on
some
the
good,
corners,
that's some
it
good math.
averages
That's
out.
some good math.
Walker swings, fouls down to the right field side into the bullpen. Count is 1-1. Base hit here. Gonna put us in complete control of the game. Mavs leading 7-4 in the bottom of the 7th. Out hitting the Miller Express 12-7. Pitch high and inside. Count is 2-1. Only 2 errors tonight, both committed by the catcher for Moose Jaw, Warkin. Pitch, swing and a miss. Good fastball, just blew it by Freddie Walker there. Pitch was up a little bit, couldn't catch up to it.
Yeah, there you go. Wow, well done. Well done.
Was it?
Yeah.
It's pretty good. I used to love that game.
I'm waiting for Freddie Jones here. I think he's just passed the baton.
Freddie Walker takes that pitch. Full count.
that
Runners
the-
will be off with the pitch. Only thing the hitters have, or runners have to be aware of here is just make sure the pitcher is going home. Don't leave too early. Nobody creeping in for a pickoff. Here's the pitch. Swung foul down to the bullpen again. Somebody's warming up in the bullpen, and they have a spotter down there. But the ball ball's hit so hard he couldn't get over to make the
Does
catch.
he have attendance yet?
No kidding. He's
And he gets the ball, flips it to the kids down there in the play area, and there's a big scramble.
It's too early to go down.
Looks like a rugby rouge going on there. Here's the full count pitch again. Runners are off. Pitch is high. Ball 4. 3 walks in a row.
an RBI walk.
Freddie Walker gets an RBI walk.
Total attendance for tonight is 636 people.
I mean, we're going to see the change here. It's not been Zimmer's night.
Well, as I said, one pitch too soon or one pitch too later. Should have had that guy warming up earlier.
Yep, I think so.
Because now you got the top of the order coming up.
Sure do. Sure do.
What's that, USB?
Six what, guys?
Oh, Zimmer gives up 2 runs
636.
on 2 hits and 3 walks. And leaves the bases juiced. All of the runners on the bases are the responsibility of Lyndon Zimmer.
4 in the 7th. Zimmer came in the 7th. And 4's coming into the 7th.
So we have a lefty into pitch right now.
Sheridan. From Whitehall, Arizona.
Tyler Sheridan coming into the matchup now. And Sheridan's job is simple. He's just going to have to get this guy out here so they can get out of this inning. It's been a really long inning.
Oh, he pitched last night, did he not? I think he did.
I believe so. I believe so.
Tyler Sheridan.
Let me just check my scorebook from last night, if I can find it. No, he didn't pitch last night. Owen Steele, Zach McDermott. Oh, sorry. No, Ross, Portillo, and Slobodian.
Right.
We saw him the last time they were in town.
That's right.
Sorry,
we
folks.
did see Sheridan the last
We
time.
did see Sheridan before, it just wasn't last night.
Austin Soika, top of the order, though, nonetheless.
Top of the
Soika,
order
2
for the
for 2
Mavericks
right now.
brings to the plate the left fielder, number 30, Austin Soika.
2 base on balls tonight, Wayne.
Yeah, he scored 3 runs, home run, 2 walks, and a single. So he's 2 for 2. Pitch way outside.
As I found out that these guys play in Swift Hurt tomorrow at 4 o'clock, so...
Who?
Moosh,
Or right out the end that they missed.
yep,
So
so
they don't have a day off.
Musha will not have the day off, so their mission was to get in and get out of here quickly, but it doesn't look like...
Blue shot. No, not a snap.
Ball 2 on Soika. Soika can now zone up, look for a pitch on the middle half. Sheridan has missed outside both of his previous pitches. Comes inside. Sheridan's got a little bit odd delivery. He steps towards the first base dugout and throws across his body. Little deceiving for the hitter until you pick up his release point.
Heads up.
Ooh, that
Soika
sounded like it did
falls
something.
it back. Count is 2-2. Every pitch so far has been a fastball. We'll see if he changes speeds here. Here's the pitch, way outside, fastball, full count again. We've seen this, I think, 3 times in a row, haven't we?
3
folks?
times in a row. That's good. Which one? Turn it off. The one you did before.
Ball 4. Howdy doody. Welcome home.
And Hunter Cooper's speed on the base lane wasn't a factor. He makes it home and scores.
All you have to do is keep walking around the bases. I'm out here getting my exercise. I'll go for a walk tonight.
The shortstop, number 5, TJ Garcia.
Austin Soika has been on base all 5 times tonight. 2 hits and 3 walks. PJ Garcia now batting. Lefty on lefty, high and inside. Mushra is really having struggles with finding the strike zone right now. Zimmer had problems, and now Sheridan is having
similar
problems. Pitch high. And boy, these games can drag on.
And it sure is.
It's death by 1,000 cuts if you can't throw strikes. If you're the team that's in the field, it's just like, please help us.
Defense, not so much. We've been on the flip side of this before, haven't we? So we understand.
Yep. It'll come back. We'll be there again someday, too. There's a ball hit by Garcia to the second baseman. A slow hopper in time to get Garcia. Ends the inning.
And the entire batting order for the Mavericks goes through.
They get 3 runs here, take a 9-4 lead.
Good inning for the
It
Mavs.
looks like we got a fisherman out there that's going to catch some balls. Who we got there, Janessa?
So I'm down here with Jason. He's going to follow Will all the way out to center field. And he is going to try and attempt to catch 4 balls slingshotted to him by our awesome pitchers out here. Each one of these balls are worth a Dipper prize courtesy of Days Off Club. So we're going to give Jason a second to get out there. And this first one is going to be worth 30-cent wings. Okay, Jason, you ready? Okay, here it comes. And it's up. And you might, oh. You tried. Okay, you still have 3 more. This next one is for 425 high balls. Let's hold back. It's up. And
So the Mavs take a commanding 9-4 lead going into the 8th inning.
this next one is for 795 Schooner. Okay, let's see.
Liam Rosebeck back on the mound for his second inning of work.
Those are going tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And he has caught it.
Number 5, 6, and 7 hitters up for Mushaw, Cole Warkin, Zach Campbell, and Blake Gallagher.
And he is running back, and
Warkin is 2 for 3 with a double, an RBI, and a single.
he gets back to 795 Schooner.
And Zach Campbell has a 3-run home run
Days Off Club after the game.
in 2 at-bats.
Tonight's game brought to you by Mobile One Auto
Gallagher's
Service.
0 for
Mobile One
3.
Expert auto and light truck repair, maintenance, and accessories. Drive in, drive out, and drive happy. Mobile One.
So here's an easy trivia question for anyone listening at home,
But still awake.
but still awake.
Working.
Here's an easy trivia question. The question is, which major league pitcher was born without a right hand?
Abbott.
Hard hit ball by Warkin, but right at Soika in left field.
So gonna get a gift out.
1 pitch, 1 out. So the question is, what left-handed pitcher in the major leagues was born without a right hand?
Number 28, Zach Campbell.
And he actually threw a no-hitter.
Really?
Zach Campbell at the plate.
And Wayne Mandez, Rosebeck ever ripped the ball, hey?
He hit it on the nose, but right at Austin Soika. Soika had to move 2 steps. Pitch in there for a called strike. Count is 1-1.
Between Goddardo and Rosebeck, the fact that you have 2 pitchers that can hit 90s in your lineup, that does a lot for your group.
I like the control of Rosebeck. Good swing. Just a little late by Campbell on the fastball from Rosebeck. And the only reason I'm saying that, I like Goddardo as well, but Rosebeck is in the strike zone more.
No, agreed.
So far, anyway. Pitch misses low and inside. Rosebeck wondering where that pitch is, comes walking halfway to home plate. Here's the pitch, swung and missed, but fouled.
Stays
Straight
alive.
back, stays alive. So I guess he didn't miss it. We've got such a reflection up here, I can't.
No, you do. It's
We've got the lights on, folks, and we're looking through. I'm looking through two glass panes here. It's tough sometimes to see the pitch. Ground ball hit to Rodriguez at first. Very sure-handed over there. Picks it up, steps on the pillow.
2 away now for the Mavericks.
Two on for Moose Jaw brings to late number 11, Blake Gallagher.
You know, to be
Lost all
honest,
for the concession last concession.
to be honest, all the games I've watched this year, I have not seen Sal Rodriguez make an error yet. And I mean, I haven't watched. I wasn't here at the beginning of the year, but I have not seen him make an error at first base.
He's so poised over there, Wayne.
Very sure-handed. Swing and a miss by Gallagher. Gallagher is 0 for 3. Coming into this game, batting .260. Curveball. Ooh,
I didn't think that missed by much.
no, must have been high.
Indeed.
Count is 1-1. Signal from right to Rosebeck. Here's the pitch.
Oh,
Inside.
You didn't get that one where he wanted it to. He was. You can't jump the gun, Wayne.
Who was jumping the gun? Rosebeck?
You see him miss the pitch. He jumped up in the air. He knew it. There we go. Oh, another.
Count is 3-1.
Apparently, Mavs let me down up here. Apparently. No, I thought that third pitch wasn't bad there, but no. You
Yeah,
got me.
I agree. I thought. Ball 4.
No question about that one though.
Gallagher takes his bat, flips it, does a bat flip, draws the walk.
16.
Even though Rosebeck walked him, all his
Number
pitches
16,
are real
Tucker.
close.
They
I
are.
mean, he's not missing by much out
He
there.
doesn't miss by much.
So Gallagher has good speed. He's 4 for 5 in stolen bases this year, but being down by 5 runs, not a steal opportunity here. And besides, by him staying at first base, the hole between first and second is wide open. Rodriguez holding him on. Garcia playing close to second base, so there's a big hole on both sides of the plate, and
Nice hit.
hits the hole on the first side, on the first base side.
It's a smaller
Tyler Zdinich gets himself a single. Personally, at this time in the game, I would not hold the runner on.
No, you wouldn't.
I would
You
have Rodriguez playing off and protect that hole. You can give up that guy. You don't need to double
you don't
play
need to.
here. You already have 2
They're
out.
2 away. No, you're
Let
right.
him,
You're agreed.
let him steal.
Agreed.
If he comes around and scores, he scores. It's 9-5. So runners on first and second. Ty Lightly, the number 9 hitter up. Pesky little hitter. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Hit a ground ball to Rodriguez. Flipped it over to the pitcher last at bat. Ground ball up the middle off of the glove of Rosebud, but picked up by Nolan Radeye. Steps on the base. That's 1-4. Force out at second base for the third out.
I'm curious to see if we'll see another pitching change here, Wayne.
For Moose Jaw, I don't think so. Moose Jaw have to play tomorrow, did they not? Or
That's right, and Swift Current.
yeah.
check presentation 3 outs.
Yeah, 10-4. Check presentation, 3 outs. Get nothing here?
It was a 1-4 put out. Went off of Rosebeck's
Rosebeck's
glove, and Radeye
Top of the
fielded
eighth
it up
inning.
on the second.
Moose Jaw getting nothing here in the top of the eighth.
Up to the Mavericks for one Red Eye.
So, any answers on the trivia question?
About with the Angels, but guess who asked it? Answered
Abbott
it.
with the Angels. Aw, somebody's cheating.
Oh, I said that right away.
Yeah.
I didn't even check.
Guy gets the win on that one.
Yeah,
tonight.
guy wins that one. Jim Abbott. Or was it Jeff Abbott?
Yeah. No, I thought it was Jim. I think it's Jim Abbott.
Oh, I think it's Abbott and Costello the way we're talking.
Who's on first? It could be.
It was Jim Abbott. Pitched a no-hitter for the Yankees, I
Hey,
believe.
folks, where are your flashlights? Come on, let's get this going.
He was also
Why don't
drafted.
you guys train?
He was
Get
drafted
those
by the
lights
Blue
going.
Jays.
Let's get that cell phone going there. Reaching out. And let's bring it home for our leadoff hitter, the second baseman, number 9, Nolan Rata. Here we go.
Leading off, Nolan Red-Eye. Ground ball hit in the hole. Shortstop
Can't make a play.
backhands it, but can't make a play. Red-Eye on with a leadoff single.
Red-Eye on with a single brings to the plate the first baseman, number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
Garza tried the best he could. All he could do was knock it down. Didn't have a throw on it, even if he did come up with it cleanly. So leadoff hitter on. Sal Rodriguez coming to the plate. Sal is 1 for 4 tonight. Red-Eye taking a good lead at first. Not going anywhere. Pitch in on the outside corner. Called strike.
Bottom of the 8th inning brought to you by Groves Roofing, big league service when it comes to all your exterior renovation needs. Groves Roofing.
Pitch is high. Evens the count. Red-Eye leading off first. Here's the pitch.
Nice
Single
piece of
hit.
hitting.
Line drive by Sal Rodriguez. Pitch low and in. Goes down and gets it. Good piece of hitting by Sal. Second hit of the night.
Let's just keep it going, shall we?
Get that one off the shoe top.
The catcher, number 25, Colton Wright.
Sweet Caroline, Wayne. You know when that song came out?
Neil Diamond.
Neil Diamond. When did it come out?
I'm gonna say 1974. I'm
Bingo.
just guessing though. Oh, just foul. Wow. He must have missed the white line by about 4 inches. Umpire called it right away though. He was right in
He was
position.
right on it.
Yep.
He was on the ball per se.
There's Colton Wright going to right field again.
That's his spot, Wayne.
So 2 singles lead off the inning. Colton Wright singled his last at bat, came around to score. Started a rally with 2 out, and the Mavs ended up scoring 3 runs in the 7th inning after 2 outs. Here's a pitch, way outside. Good catch by Workin.
Workin's had to work hard tonight, Wayne. It's been a thankless evening for him.
He works hard back there. He's a good ball player. Very good hitter. Count is 1-1. Big hole between first and second again. Second baseman is holding Red-Eye at second base. Now moves over a couple steps. Pitches high. 2-1. Right fielder playing deep. Left fielder playing very shallow. Center fielder average. Colton gets a pitch on the inner half here, Rodriguez is going to be chugging around. He might score because he's got a long way to run. Pitch is high, especially if it's down in the corner, or even more so if it's over the left fielder's glove side. Count is 3-1. Colton will be looking for something to jack right here.
Yeah,
If I was him, I'd be looking middle in. Forget about going oppo.
Just crush it.
Get a pitch right. Ooh,
It's up, fans.
that pitch was just up, but it was in. Like to have that one over, wouldn't you, Colton? It's probably ball 4, but it was a pitch that looked good.
And how can you not swing at it, really?
Well, especially if you're looking middle in and the pitch is middle in, but just up. It looks so inviting. Full count. Do it all over again. Here's the pitch. Down the right field line. Is it going to stay fair? Just foul again.
Barely,
Wow, that
barely.
went right into the corner.
Gee, 2 feet.
That one was probably 2 feet foul. First pitch was probably 4 inches foul. I like the way he's waiting back. He's letting the ball travel. He's not getting out front. And when you do that, you're not going to get fooled very often
Not
on a
very often,
curveball.
no.
He does have a good slider low and in, but Rodriguez, the last batter, went down and got it. That pitch, scooped it down. It was at his ankles. Hit it hard. Rat-Eye taking off for third. But ball 4, good at bat again by Colton Wright. Loads the bases with nobody out. Rat-Eye had third base stolen. Nobody paying attention to him down there.
No, it was a base on. It was a base on balls.
Colin
Third baseman number
Klingensmith
10,
coming to the
Colin
plate.
Klingensmith.
Klingensmith is 3 for 4. Could easily be 4 for 4. Doubled his last at bat. Hit a screamer off the first baseman's glove. Here's the pitch. Way outside. Ball 1.
It's been a difficult night, difficult last half of the game for the pitchers. Waiting for
Yeah.
Moose Jaw. The game's really slowed down. It's dragged on.
They're not in the strike zone, and defense can help the pitchers out there. Pitch inside for a called strike. Corners are playing in. A ball hit to them. If it's right at them, they'll come home. But if I was the first baseman, I'd be scared of my chicklets right now because Colin Smith tattooed the ball last pitch he saw, and he never got his glove up in time, and it went off his glove down into the corner.
That's right.
Bases loaded, count is 2-1, nobody away here for the Mavs. Bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 3. Klingensmith having another good at bat. Let's hope he
3
can
for 4
continue it.
tonight.
Or Soika. Oh, I'm sorry, Klingensmith. I'm getting my players mixed up here. On deck is Hunter Cooper. Here's the pitch. Ooh, called strike. Good take by Klingensmith.
Nothing you can swing at there.
No. That's a pitcher's pitch right there, not a hitter's pitch. And on 3-1, you're looking for a hitter's pitch. Here's the payoff pitch. Tattooed by Klingensmith off the wall in right field. That's a beauty. He's going for second, standing up. A 2 RBI double by Colin Klingensmith. He's on fire.
What a recent nice string of at-bats for Klingensmith, and he builds off this and shows no signs of slowing down. And a dejected right fielder out there.
The designated hitter number 34, Hunter Cooper.
That was a beauty. He has tattooed the last 2 pitches that he's hit. Pitched high and away to Hunter Cooper. Still nobody out. Runners on second and third. Score is 11-4 for the Mavs. Cooper followed by Jones and Walker. Another pitch high. Walker just able to grab it. Nobody warming up in the bullpen for Moose Jaw.
Moose Jaw is just bleeding profusely here.
They are.
Yeah.
Somebody saying stop the bleeding, please.
Yeah, it's not, we're not cutting right now. We're puncturing deep. This isn't death by 1,000 cuts anymore.
No, it certainly is not 1,000 cuts.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul by Cooper. Third baseman giving chase. It lands foul. Evens the count at 2-2.
And Wayne, looks like you're not getting to bed early tonight.
Well, early is all relative.
In comparison
Well,
to
it's-
the
it's-
effects that we're still suffering from.
Yes, it's relative to what happened. Was it
Do you
Thursday night?
do you remember
Thursday
the days
night?
anymore?
Yeah.
I don't. I'm hazy still. I am. 2-2 count.
There's a little single hit by Cooper. Coming around is Klingensmith in to score from second base. 2 RBI single by Hunter Cooper.
Nice to see Hunter Cooper get some success in front of the family, Wayne.
Exactly, yep, for sure.
What?
The other thing that it does is it gives your bench, your coaching staff a little bit more depth coming off the bench.
Yeah, it does.
You know, some games you've got to say, hey, who can come in and pinch hit for us?
Pinch hit for
Like
us.
Temple Fitness, locally owned and operated.
So a change is being made here. The first baseman is coming in to pitch,
The official training facility.
and number 19 is going to first base.
Temple Fitness.
So the pitcher is now Daryl Dahl,
First baseman.
and the first baseman is number 19. Number 19
Sure, we can do that.
in our program is Marcus Melendez, who was the catcher last night. He's from Storrs, Connecticut. Boy, that's one of my favorite states, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Oh, gorgeous state.
Lots of nice things. Connecticut,
Oh.
it's a good sports area as well. Some good hockey
fans,
players,
Yukon
baseball
Huskies,
players,
hockey, yeah.
football. There's Connecticut. It is a
Beautiful
very nice
state.
spot.
And a lovely state in terms of topography.
Yeah?
Oh, it's a gorgeous state.
To the Alberta Children's Hospital via hashtag Dominic Strong Extra Life Team, and a big thumbs up. Congratulations, good job on the charity. And Superhero Night.
Superhero night in honor of Dominic. Young Dominic passed away
I don't know.
young in his age from leukemia.
Do we know how much the check was, Lucas?
So the DH is out of the game.
Sorry, Lucas, do you know how much the check was?
Sorry?
How much was the check?
1,500.
The check was $1,500 to Dominic Strong.
Not bad, Wayne. Not bad
Now
at all.
batting for the Mavericks, number 11, Tito Jones.
So Wayne, it's a 13-4 game. Completely dejected group.
Pitcher is now the first baseman. 15 is in. No. So I don't know where
So
15
Daryl Dahl is now pitching, was playing at first base.
So I would think.
Daryl Dahl's pitching.
Yeah. So hang on, So he was on first.
Tito Jones fouls the first pitch off.
He's the pitcher. So that being said, they had to have activated their DH. So in the DH spot, which is the 6th spot, you're gonna have to put in what number is that? Number 19.
Melendez is now playing first base. Marcus Melendez.
Go to our view.
Cooper leading off at first base. It's a foul ball again off to the right side.
Right here. Put in number 19.
First 5 hitters in the bottom of the 8th have reached base so far. 4 of them have scored.
And then
Nolan Radai led off with a single, followed by Rodriguez with a single, a walk by Wright, a double by Klingensmith, and a single by Hunter Cooper. Catcher sets up outside. Oh, Warkin just whiffed on that, hit his glove,
and now he should have
landed in front of him. Count is 1-2.
They've had to have activated the DH.
Catching up on the stat side of things, Wayne. And do you think a few changes for them? They're just trying to shake it up and get out of here.
Well, they got to throw somebody in there that can throw strikes, and so everybody on board right here, which means Dahl is coming in to pitch. I'm sure they don't want to use anybody else because they're playing a game against Swift Current tomorrow. Dahl has pitched in one previous game. He pitched 1/3 of an inning, walked 1, struck out 1. So he hasn't pitched very much this year. 1/3 of an inning. Pitch inside. They're looking for him to go 1 inning, get out of this inning, and then that's all they need. Unless they're going to come up and score 9 runs in the top of the 9th.
I thought I just heard.
Count is full.
Did you get? I thought I heard fucking terrible.
Here's the pitch. Ball 4. Runners on first and second.
The center fielder, number 7, Freddie Walker.
Number 9 hitter Freddie Walker at the plate. Freddie is 2 for 3. Scored 2 runs, also walked. Has 2 stolen bases and an RBI tonight. First pitch in, called a ball. As it stands right now, the Mavericks are in complete control of this game. Mustra have wilted here in the last couple of innings. Ball fouled over the right side bleachers.
So Freddie came over. This is 11. Yeah, it'll be. It should be whatever. Hunter Cooper. Yeah. Okay. So when you click on that, you can just change his number there to 34.
Here's the 1-1 pitch. In there for a called strike.
So back to Colton there first. I think.
On deck, leadoff hitter Austin Soika. He's had quite a night. Led off the game with a solo home run, of course, over the right field fence.
It's not good for either team.
Has singled, walked 3 times, scored 3 runs. Ball in the dirt, wild pitch, gets away from Warkin. Runners advance to second and third.
So a wild pitch. He wants his the runners like second and third.
Hunter Cooper on third. Tito Jones on first. A couple of RBIs out there for Freddie Walker. On deck, Austin Soika. Count is 2-2. Here's the pitch. Ooh, late call, but a good call on the corner. Called strike 3. For the first out
Few
of the inning.
sarcastic jeers from the crowd, Wayne.
Left
It's
fielder, number 30, Austin Soika.
That pitch was too close to take.
it was, yeah.
Yeah,
I
2 and
thought
2.
Walker couldn't do anything. I don't know if there
Yeah.
was much he could. I think you tip your hat off to the pitcher and say, "Nice throw."
Well, with 2 strikes, you want to be swinging at anything close, and he decided not to swing, and then you're leaving it up to the umpire, and the umpire rung him up. That pitch on the corner, called strike to Soika. Boy, Soika and Klingensmith have been
Dynamite.
just
Dynamite.
beating up on pitchers lately. Pitch high. Evens the count 1-1. We've got 16 hits tonight. 13 runs on 16 hits. Oh, a vicious swing and a miss. Just a tad late on that pitch, but that pitch was up and outside a little bit. Count is 1-2. Dahl throws hard.
He does, really.
Not sure what he has for an off-speed pitch or
If there is, yeah.
a curveball, but catcher setting up inside. Oh, foul straight back, so it goes right on that one.
And that went right to us, Wayne.
Wow.
Went right, that was headed right for you.
When you foul him straight back like that, you just missed it. If you follow it to the right side or the left side, you're either early or late. But when you follow it right back, your timing is right on, and he was right on
Right
that
on
pitch. Yep. Little baseball lesson going on up
Good,
here.
no, I'm
for you.
happy to learn.
Pitch is called ball, full count. I'm sorry, is it only 2-2?
2-2, Wayne.
Yeah, my mistake. Sorry, folks. We've got the window open here so that you don't have a glare at home for those of you watching, and I sit right by the window. Fouled right side. So there is an indication he fouled it right side. Where was he? Ahead of it, behind it, or right on it?
Ahead of it.
He was behind it.
Behind it, sorry. Behind it,
Yeah,
sorry. Right, behind
because
it.
he fouled it
Yes,
there.
Yes.
If he hits it down the third base side as a right-handed hitter, you're ahead of it.
Right. No, that makes sense.
And if
It's
you're a
not-
left-handed hitter, it's the opposite.
It's the opposite, yeah.
So, runners on second and third, one away. Here's a pitch. In on the hands, foul back. Warkin giving chase, but lands up on the mesh. Good effort by Warkin. Hasn't given up one iota in this game. Soika hands him the helmet. I was talking with some folks today up watching the Medicine Hat Knights play,
Yep.
and I said when I used to play baseball in Florida, we were fined if we helped out the other team. There was a $25 fine if you picked up the mask and gave it to the catcher.
Really?
Yep. Fly ball hit down the right side. Yeah. and
Little
it-
kids had to get out of the way on that one.
Do you know how they did this afternoon, Wayne? That 6
The
o'clock
Knights
game?
lost.
They did, eh?
Yeah, lost to Lethbridge, so they're out now.
What was that game? What was the score in that game? They won that. They won this morning's game.
9-2. Yeah, they won the game this morning
That's good.
and knocked Haver out, but then lost tonight. Here's a pitch in the dirt. Good take by Soika. This is a great at bat for Austin Soika.
9 pitches thrown.
I like the way he's fouling it to the right side because he's waiting. He's letting the ball travel, and you're not going to get fooled on off-speed pitches if you're waiting back. You can afford to be a little late. There it is down the right side again. The only pitch that's going to beat you here is a fastball in on your hands if you're waiting, and then you'll hit a little soft roller back to the pitcher, or you might hit it to first base or third base. But any pitch middle away, curveball, fastball, he's not going to get fooled on it. He'll just hit it to the right side. He'll take a single through the first base opening there. Curveball in the dirt might beat him, but very unlikely. Good at bat. Attaboy, Austin. Great at bat. That's his 4th walk tonight. What a job.
What a job.
4 walks.
4 walks. When does that ever happen, Wayne? 4 walks.
Boy, he's on fire. You're in the zone
When you're at that.
when you hit a home run hit a single and walk your other 4 plate appearances. You're in a zone. PJ Garcia tonight hasn't been in the zone. He's 0 for 5. Having said that, he can handle the bat. There's a hard round ball hit to the second baseman, flips it to the shortstop, can't make a play at first,
Fielder's choice.
throws behind to see if Tito Jones can get him, but he couldn't.
4 to
So
6.
Garcia on with the fielder's choice. Soika out on a 4 to 6.
Third comes in.
Yeah, and then whoever's on second comes over.
Oh no, took him over.
No, Tito Jones.
Runners on the corners.
So Tito Jones is at third.
Stats are all caught up.
Garcia at first base. 5 runs have come in to score this inning. And this brings to the plate Nolan Radai. Drives it to the right side.
Baseman number 9, Nolan Ratai.
Big hole again. If I was the first baseman, I wouldn't be holding him on anymore. Let him steal second base. You're down by 10 runs. The ball hit off.
A little Macarena.
Dahl kicks at it. Should have let it go, but kicks at it instinctively. And the ball deflects to where the shortstop would have been. He was going over to try to make a play on it behind second base, but Radai gets on with a single.
The first baseman number 20, Sal Rodriguez.
And a runner comes in to score, Tito Jones, so an RBI single by Radai. So we have Soika at second, or Garcia at second, I'm sorry, and Radai at first. Brings to the plate Sal Rodriguez, pitches high. Sal is 2 for 5 tonight.
278 is what his average is now, Wayne. It's getting better. It's getting better.
Yep. Yeah. He was struggling down in the 230s there for a while. That pitch is high.
And waiting for
2-0.
Dahl here, I think you just got to throw a pitch that puts the ball in play and let your defense
Yeah,
go to work. Since
exactly.
the pitching's not coming tonight, I think that should have been the message from the coaching staff
Yeah.
a few runs ago.
You know, the rest of the pitchers have put their running shoes on, have showered already. They're ready to get on the bus. So, Dahl, it's up to you. Just
up to
throw
you.
it in there.
Just throw it in there.
Nobody's coming in to help you.
It's fresh. These
Here's
games
a
are
2-1 pitch.
These games are frustrating though, Wayne, to play, and they're very dejecting, and they suck the life out of you again. And not that the Mavericks haven't had enough of those lately, but as Guy and I were just talking about too, these games are difficult for both teams. Whether you're on the side hammering somebody or on the side losing side, it's not good.
Yeah, they're at this point right now. It's everybody wants to get the game over. But as a hitter, you're going up, and you're not sacrificing anything. You're not going to give an inch.
And you can't, and you want to build those good habits.
Exactly. You want to. If you're 4 for 5, you want to be 5 for 6, and if you're 0 for 5, you want to be 1 for 6. So defensively and offensively, the Mavericks still have to play hard, and so do Moose Jaw. Nobody's not trying out there. Runners are off on the full count with 2 away. Pitch is fouled off. So the Mavericks have a couple of days off. They have Monday and Tuesday off before they head up to Edmonton for 2 games. And then they head off to Swift Current. So next Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, the Mavs are on the road. Here's the full count pitch. Ball 4. Rodriguez takes a walk.
And here comes Colton Wright.
The pitcher, number 25, Colton Wright.
The Mavericks are back home next Friday for 3 games, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, against the Melville Millionaires. There's a pitch in there called strike. Base is loaded still. 2 away. Here's the pitch. Up and away. Evens the count. Count is 1-1 on Colton Wright. Said some good quality at bats tonight. Colton could easily have 4 hits tonight.
Easily. I was just thinking about that to myself when you look at how he flew out to right field.
That line drive.
That line drive.
To the second
it
baseman.
could be so easy. But you know what? For him, as long as the team's winning, I think he's going to
Yeah,
be. That's what a
exactly.
leader does. He's more happy to see the team be successful than his stats.
Yeah.
A
You're bang
testament
on
to his leadership.
Oh, swing and miss on that one. Evens the count at 2-2. The fans that are hanging around are sadists.
They're not the most forgiving. I hope Karma
You know what?
doesn't catch up.
They want more blood.
Colton Wright would be okay with the grand slam too, though.
Oh yeah, yeah. You want to hit it hard right here. Oh, he gets fisted in on the hands to the second baseman. A 1-hopper for the 3rd out of the inning. A 4-3.
And the Mavericks go through their entire batting order in back-to-back innings.
They do, yes. Yep.
And a special shout out to a good friend of mine and his daughter celebrating their 19th birthday, Jenna McDonnell. Happy birthday, Jenna. And we got some chips to give away. Make some noise, stand up, scream, yell, do whatever. Old Dutch chip giveaway. Toss them out like you throw like you were. Pitching change.
17.
Pimentel coming in. Hey fans, don't forget to go down to Days Off Pub after the game and get that $7.95 schooner special. The official pub of the Mavericks. Mavericks are off after this for 2 days. So they head up to Edmonton for Tuesday and Wednesday, and then in Swift Current on Thursday. Back here though, on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday next week against the Melville Millionaires. The next home game is going to be Girl Power Night, brought to you by the Medicine Hat Mall. Friday, July 26th, 7:05 start against Melville Millionaires.
Is there going to be a guest announcer, I think?
New pitcher, Pimentel.
Yep.
You got that already there? Huh?
Yeah. Junior Pimentel into pitch.
Ready for a change?
For the Medicine Hat Mavericks.
Move now into the game for the Mavericks. Right-handed reliever number 17, Junior Pimentel.
Pimentel from New York, New York, New York, New York. Facing the top of the order for Moose Jaw, Marriott, Garza, and Borst. This is Pimentel's 6th appearance. Has pitched 26 2/3 innings. Has walked 10, struck out 27. Has a 2-3 record and a 4.38 ERA.
Top of the order for the
So,
Moose Jaw Miller Express.
throws lots of
Running up
strikes.
Number 8, Eric Marriott.
Pimentel listed as 6'2", 215 from Chatsworth, California.
He's a big guy.
Top of the order for Moose Jaw. Yeah, he's a big presence on the mound. Fastball high and away. Top of the 9th inning here, folks. Thanks to all of you that are still watching.
All 61, Wayne.
Pitch inside. Well, we only have, 28 players?
28 players.
There must be aunts and uncles or players, parents from Moose Jaw watching as well. So welcome to any Moose Jaw warrior or Moose Jaw Warriors, Moose Jaw Miller
Gotcha.
Express.
Wait, hey, guys, did you hear that? We said Moose Jaw Warriors.
Yeah, you know what? I was thinking of you because you said that the other night. Count is 3-0.
I appreciate you keeping me in your thoughts. We just got rid of me having
Pitch inside. Oh,
forward.
Colton Wright came up and motioned to Pimentel. Good pitch, but it was called a ball.
Guess not. Wait, for me, I just gotta get. I don't know what's going on. We've had a lot of baseball these last few days. I've had dreams about baseball back-to-back nights going to sleep. So I said it the first night after the 17-inning game. I went home and dreamt I was back at the park, and last night I had another one.
Well, there's an old saying about baseball. You know, all these years you're in baseball and you're taught how to hold the ball. And in the end, when you think about it, it was the other way around. The ball got a hold of you. Baseball gets a hold of you.
Really does. It's got a hold on. It's got a strong hold on me right now.
Yeah. You're trying to learn how to hold the ball, and it's the other way around. Baseball has a hold of you. Count is 0-2. Pimentel getting ahead here after throwing 4 balls to the leadoff hitter. There's a ground ball hit in the hole. Rat-Eye gets over there.
Nice
Good
cover by
Pimentel. Exactly. Good job. Rodriguez went to make a play on it, couldn't get it, but Rat-Eye covering fields it, and Pimentel gets over there to cover, and we get the first out of the inning. Michael Borst coming to the plate, right fielder. Is 1 for 4 with 2 strikeouts. Fans are cheering. Is he our beer batter or something, or what's that? Okay. Bar would be closed now anyway, wouldn't it?
I would think you can't quite serve anymore. I don't think.
I don't announce when it's this late.
Borst got on with a base hit bunt in the 5th inning. Came
And
around
he was a
to
victim
score.
of that strikeout where he couldn't believe it.
Right. Yep.
I had a
And
nice interview. I had a nice
that's when
interview
the
with him.
fans. That's when the fans got on him.
That's when the fans got on him, and that's when things turned around. And Wayne, really good, a nice guy to talk to, very personable. A lot really like Sal Rodriguez. It's no surprise they go to the same school and they're best friends, as mentioned. That interview is available via our Instagram. But it was just neat to see how they talk about each other and how they're almost more happy to see each other succeed than themselves.
Well, as we found out earlier tonight, they only live 20 miles apart in Illinois, so it's great to see here they're up in Medicine Hat playing together.
Where the game of baseball can take you, Wayne.
Well, that happened with Greg Morrison and my son. They were playing in the Northern League, and Greg was in New Jersey playing for the New Jersey team, and my son got traded to New Jersey, and they played in Yogi Berra Field. And the park was named after Yogi Berra.
Yogi Bear.
Yogi Berra is a Hall of Fame catcher for the New York Yankees. No, we're not talking about Yogi Bear, the cartoon character.
Yeah, that's
Yogi Berra.
That was out when I was 3 years old, I think.
Oh, a hard hit ball, handcuffs Klingensmith at third base. That ball was scorched. Single.
Nice hit for Borst.
Single for Borst. Yeah, he
That'll
hammered
make his
it.
night a little bit better.
Double play ball.
So getting back to my son and Greg Morrison, my son got traded to New Jersey. He was playing in Sioux Falls, North Dakota, or South Dakota rather. Got traded to New Jersey, and here's two Medicine Hat boys who played together, playing just outside of New York City.
Really?
Yeah, they played together, and Mark was in left field, and Greg was, or Mark might have been in right field. Mark is my son.
Was Greg a first baseman? Wasn't he a
Oh,
first baseman?
he was a first baseman in pro baseball, but in the Northern League, he played outfield and first base. Yeah. And they were in the outfield together.
He's a lefty.
Yeah. They were in the outfield together, and they kind of chuckled. They said, who would have known that we would have played together here? Oh, pitch behind Dahl. Runner on third comes in to score. Wild pitch, indeed. And for the Wright parents who live out in Vancouver, both my son and Greg Morrison played at the NBI.
Where the game will take you, amazing places. Also, some not good places out there too, and some not good
Yeah.
stories. Those will be. We'll save those for the next game. Oh, and that's
Oh, broke his bat. Fly ball into right field. Tito Jones underneath it makes the catch for the second out. That sawed him off.
a nice hard hit by Dole though.
Oh, it broke his bat. Yeah, that was just
Oh, it's raining.
that was a can of corn.
Can of corn.
That was a can of
that was
corn.
definitely a can of corn.
That was not hit hard. That was a
Here comes
soft
the
little
rain.
floater.
Wayne. Here comes the rain.
Oh, folks, just in time. It's starting to drizzle a little bit.
And it's time to go home.
Good thing I didn't walk again tonight.
Do you think about it?
I actually was thinking about it, but I had company and I was running late. That's why I showed up late tonight. There's another fly ball hit deep out into right field, but Tito Jones is underneath it, makes the catch, and that ends the ball game.
The Mavericks win it 15-5, and Wayne, absolutely dominating performance from the Mavericks tonight.
It was, yep. We had one bad inning where we gave up 3 runs, and after that, the Mavericks scored.
You too, man.
The Mavericks scored in 6 out of the 8 innings that they came to the plate.
I think when you look back on these 2 wins for the Mavericks, it's crunch time, Wayne. Like you mentioned, they're playing playoff baseball right now, essentially, and the fact that they were able to have a convincing win tonight, 15 runs scored, 17 hits. There was a point where the Mavericks weren't even getting 4 or 5, 6, 7 hits a game, and now they're getting 17 tonight. Of course, they definitely took advantage of momentum, were able to ride those highs, capitalize on some pitching difficulties and struggles, but Moose Jaw. But no matter which way you cut the cookie, the Mavericks still put up 15 runs, 17 hits.
Yeah, it was a good offensive performance by our hitters tonight. I didn't think that even the starting pitcher for Moose Jaw, Nicolosi, was going to overpower or was going to dominate our hitters. He's a good pitcher, but our hitters have been on fire all the way through 1 through 9 in the batting order. And I wasn't too worried tonight. We scored in the first inning, and we always say if you score first, you win 65% of the games.
And tonight that contributed to that percentage.
And
Wayne, Colin Klingensmith, got to talk about him in our post-game show here. He has just seemed to have found his niche lately. Last 2 games, I've been blown away by his performance. He played great the other night at third base. Tonight he didn't have to work quite so hard, but the batting continued for him. The success continued there. He talked about how he changed his approach. What does that necessarily mean when somebody changes their approach batting?
Well, I'm not sure what he meant because I didn't have that conversation with him, so I'm not sure what he was referring to, whether he changed his stance or how he was holding his hands or
Unfortunately, he
or
didn't
what he
dive
was
into
doing.
that specific.
Yeah, so I can't answer that question. I don't know what he meant when he was referring to that. But getting back to Klingensmith, he and Soika were just unstoppable tonight. And I was very impressed. I was very impressed with our 1 through 9 hitters. We put on a hitting clinic tonight. I loved the play by Radeye at second base when he intentionally let the ball drop and turned a double play. And again, we get back to that
Rosebeck came in the 8th, right?
60% of the games where the winning team scores more run in one inning than the other team does in the whole game. We scored 6 runs in the 8th inning, and Moose Jaw scored 5 runs all night. So, folks, keep watching that. Keep watching that in Major League Baseball. That's one of those fun facts of baseball. And it's a very interesting fact. You know, the first run of the game, does the team win 60% of the time? Yes, that is a fact. And the other fact is 60% of the time, the winning team scores as many or more runs in one inning than the losing team does in the whole game.
In the whole game. No, and it's seeming to be true. You seem to be erasing that golden sombrero day by day. Wayne,
Well, on the pitching side,
on the pitching side, that's what I was just
yeah.
going to turn to here. What was your? You said Ponticelli didn't exactly have a smooth night, but he did get some strikeouts.
But he doesn't get the win.
He doesn't get the win tonight,
And
as
obviously
guys
it was 4-4.
saying behind us here. But what did you
Well-
like from Ponticelli? There were some positives.
well, Ponticelli went 5 innings, did he not?
He went 5 innings, Wayne, yeah, but the score was 4-4 when he came out.
Okay, yes, okay, sorry.
So what?
Yeah,
I would think then that this Taylor Wright gets the win because it's in that inning
yeah,
he comes in.
yeah.
to play.
He came in and we scored the
We
go-ahead
scored
run. Yeah.
We score runs, right?
So Taylor Wright throws 1 inning, gets the win.
He'll take it.
But in regards to Ponticelli, he threw 5 innings tonight. He gave up 4 earned runs, struck out 4, and walked 4.
That seems to be his
And
thing.
that's his pattern. For every strikeout, he walks a batter. And if he could improve upon just the walks, he doesn't need to get more strikeouts. But if he could cut down his walks,
He's going to find his way into
yeah,
the lineup more.
he's going to last 6-7 innings rather than just 5.
And like we talked about last
Yeah.
night, that's the goal from your starting pitcher. We've kind of decided in this league to be successful and build as you head into the playoffs. Wayne, you kind of said this as well. 6 innings is what you're looking for. 6-7.
Yeah, and on the other hand, we walked 5 tonight totally, which is a good night for us in terms of walks. 2 out of the 5 walks came around the score. Moose Jaw, on the other hand, walked 10, and 4 of their walks came around
Came
the
around
score.
to score.
So our pitchers were, I would say, better than their pitchers, and our hitters were definitely better than
No
their
question
hitters.
about that. So Wayne, with a much deserved day off tomorrow, they will head into Edmonton to follow
Wednesday,
on
right?
Wednesday, where they face the Prospects, and this will now be a divisional battle. How important is these divisional battles, or can you
Big
not?
time.
Big time.
Big time. That's those 2 games. If the Mavericks can win those 2 games,
They'll be okay.
they'll be in a mighty fine spot. But having said that, this race in the West is going to go right down to the final game of the season
It is. It's the Wild
for
West.
the playoff position. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. It's the Wild Wild West. So huge interdivision games with Edmonton coming up, followed by a game in Swift Current. But if the Mavericks can win 2 out of those 3, then they have Melville coming in, and they should be able to beat Melville 3 out of 3 games.
They should. That's the expectation,
So,
I think. So.
in my mind, they got 6 games coming up, 3 on the road, 3 at home. I'm looking for them to win 5 out of 6 in their next 6 games.
5 out of 6 games, seconded. Well, fans, we thank you for sitting through this game with us. We know it was a bit longer and a bit drug out, but nonetheless, the Mavericks get another important win as they continue their playoff push. On behalf of myself, Ryder McKay, my partner Wayne Slosher, and a voice far away Guy Lanigan, we thank you guys for tuning in. We will see you next time.
Yes, thanks for watching, everyone. Good night.